Okie dokie, I believe we're all the way live. Hello and welcome to my graveyard. I am your host of the evening, the Cemetery Man from Salem, Mass. Always taking names and kicking candy ass live and in living color here with you tonight, only on Grande's Graveyard. And yes, my friends, tonight we celebrate 40 years, the year that was 1986. And not just anything we're celebrating here tonight, we're celebrating 40 years of 1986 cinema. And there's no person on the planet of Earth that I'd rather spend it with, that I'd rather celebrate it with than this legend right over here to my left, right, whatever these cameras point to. He is the one, he is the only AJ Zetro. What's up, brother?
Greetings and salutations. Thank you for the invite. Sorry we're a few minutes late. All my fault. All my 1986 fucking technical equipment just took a shit on me. And I had to run around and reposition a bunch of stuff. I actually got a cramp in my fucking thigh because I'm old and I can't move anymore without getting cramps or the shits. So luckily it was just a cramp. So my bad. Sorry, running a little late. We got a lot of shit to cover. But thanks again, buddy. Good seeing you. And this is good. We had a lot of fun with the last one. I can't believe it's been a year already. Right?
It was March of last year that we did the 1985 year in celebration episode.
What?
And yeah, it's crazy how time flies, man. By the next time, it'll be 1987. Time to party 1987. But yeah, no, I always love having you on. There's been no one that's been on Grande's Graveyard more times than AJ Zetro. He's our most recurring. He is literally Robin, right? If I'm Batman, oh look, he's the king. Bow down to the king. Play the friggin' Metallica.
Stop it.
Bow the king. Yeah. I was like, you know what? It would be so fun to get AJ back on here and for us to do like a spiritual sequel to the show that we did last year when we discovered, of course, the year that was 1985 in cinema. And we each picked our top 5. We went back and forth. We kind of talked about it. Tonight, we're going to basically be doing the same thing, but for the following year, 1986, the year that was. We both have some fun facts of that year. So I figured that would be something fun to kind of kick the show off on. And of course, we each all have top 5 movies. I've got AJ's movies in the bag. I guess the Mets hat of fuck here. What do you got mine in there?
I actually have the obituary hat. Since we're on the graveyard, we're going to break out the obituary hat.
I love it.
And just so everyone knows it's legit. I got them all right here. I'm going to fold them now and throw them in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right.
5. Yep. There we go. 5 each of 1986 cinema. And I'm really excited to have you on as always, my friend. But we had a bunch of people lining up at the graveyard gates. Let's not keep them waiting any longer. Ciao, Grande and Graveyardian friends. It's time to go back to 1986. We got to go back to the future, my friend. 40 years ago. Holy shit. Now, fun thing is that while I may have been a tear in my dad's eye when he was crying in October of 86 when the Mets won their last world championship, yes, it's been a 40-year drought for my sad, sorry Mets, but this was the last time they won anything. AJ was alive when his Chicago Bears were winning their last Super Bowl, their one and only Super Bowl in February of 1986. So this was a good sports year. That's why I did the orange here for Mets and the Bears. I figured we'd throw a little orange theme here tonight.
Oh, nice. Yeah, there you go.
To salute our teams that have not been good in 40 years. Well, your team's got some hope. The Bears had a good season.
We did make the Super Bowl in
2006.
Oh, 6. What do you think?
If it ends in a 6, the Bears got a shot. That's all I know.
Yeah, we had one good play, the very first one. After that, it was all over. So
Rex Grossman will do that to you, my friend. But yeah, AJ was a little kid in 1986, and he was fun enough to share on his page a school photo, a class photo of, oh my God, you must have been beating the ladies off with sticks.
Oh, I was beating something off. Yeah, but
that picture is so amazing and iconic. I love it. That's a great.
Probably another 10 years or 12 before you still.
You don't have that picture on you, do you? It's okay if you don't.
It's on my phone.
It's on your phone. Fair enough. Okay, fair enough. So are you. So we were just making some jokes about AJ having AJ's running through dial-up AOL 56K dial-up.
Yeah. No shit.
IBM dial-up. Fun fact: this was the year that IBM laptops were first invented. Was 1986. No worries. Start when you can. Okay. We got Haddonfield mascot. John's in the house. Hey, what's up, Grande, AJ, and chat? Hype for this 86 with littered with good stuff. Yeah, it really is. This was, when I first sat down, I was like, this is an 85, right? 85 was like my favorite year for film ever. But man, as I kept looking, I found more and more really good stuff. So this was a tough 5 to make for me. Mateo is here. Ciao, Grande and AJ. Stoked for going back to the 80s. What a decade. 86 was a great year for movies. Hi to the whole graveyard. Yes, Mateo, I hope you had a wonderful vacation with the missus. You were telling me all about it, and hopefully tonight on Grande's Graveyard, we could take you back to that year that was. What's up, you sickos? Dr. Howdy, 6664, last week's guest when we talked all things monsters. Really good time with Will as always. Anthony Chabot, I8W. Hey, how you doing? By the way, saw Ready or Not 2 was awesome. Okay, cool. We got Slasher Fred, the legend himself. 1986 was also a great year for television. A lot of TV series came out like Matlock and Gary Shanley. So I loved Matlock. Have you ever watched Matlock?
Oh yeah, my wife does all the time, and I always make fun of her, but I get into it too.
You make fun of Roz for watching Matlock? Why?
I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you're not 70. Like, what are you doing?
John Matlock. I love Matlock. Andy Griffith's the man. There's those two handsome degenerates. AJ just woke up. Yeah. Anthony, give me those best feet ratings. Oh my God. Yo, AJ's definitely 7 beers deep. Yep, that's when he starts blasting the Kiss music. By the way, if you guys are any of you guys into Kiss, AJ's a part of a podcast called Critical Kiss. And is it bi-weekly you guys do a show, or is it just monthly?
Monthly, usually.
Monthly. Yeah. Okay. You could go subscribe to that channel. They do all these discussions on Kiss and stuff like that. I don't know anything about Kiss, so I always get educated if I ever watch it.
Come learn. Come
get your education. That's what I always say. I think AJ's equipment was stuck back in 1986. Double that. Okay. Holy cow. It just skipped all the comments for me. I'm sorry. What the hell is Grande wearing? What the hell am I wearing? Well, this is a skanky fan for you, AJ. This is a New York skanky fan right here. I'm wearing a 1986 Gary Carter jersey because that's the year we're celebrating tonight. It's the year of Ferris. It's the year of the Mets, the Bears, the Challenger, the whole thing, the whole 9 yards. Jeff Down is up. What's going on, Jeff? What's up, everyone? Digging the Met shirt. Hell yeah, that's my fellow New York brethren right there. Was 86 the last time the Mets? Yes, don't remind me. It's been a long time. I was negative 11 when they won. There's a sweet obituary hat, AJ. I bet the guy who bought that for you is slinging a huge hog. All right, yeah, Jeff is R-rated tonight, man. 40 years, damn. Merns is in the house. Mernsy's Movie Mansion. What's up, Graveyard fam? What's going on? I'm going to date myself now, but I was at Game 6. Holy shit. That is... Jeff posts pictures on Facebook of people. It's like he's met everyone. And Alpha had the joke of the year. He goes, dude, the next picture he's going to post is him with George Washington. Because he's met everybody. It's crazy, man. Jeff is like, oh my God, I'd love to hear some Jeff New York stories because, man, he's seen a lot of stuff. I turned 2 in 1986. It was a grand time. Whopper horror. Yeah. We got Brienne in the house. Hey, Grande, as an 80s baby, I have to be here. Hell yeah. We're celebrating the year that was. Brienne was around 1986. I work for Kiss, and I'm a big fan since 1978. Holy shit. That was a good year for film. Little Dawn of the Dead came out that year. And I know Jeff loves that one as much as me. People saying hi. AJ, I might have left some love stains in your room. I'm sorry. Oh boy. Iron Sabbath, go Jays. We need revenge for last year. Hey, if it's any consolation, I feel terrible. You all lost to the Dodgers. I was pulling for you. And I know Mateo shares your pain. He's a diehard Jays fan too. But yeah, man, 1986, the year that was. I know you said you got some fun facts for us, and I got some too. Before we get into the films, do you want to dive into some fun facts? We'll cheers, and then we'll talk about the movies.
Well, I don't even. Well, first of all, I just realized I forgot to unmute the fucking vibrate on my phone because that's another thing that you don't think about. But hopefully, I think everyone that would actually text me or message me is here right now. So as long as we're. As far as facts go, I don't have any detailed things. I just was kind of running over some shit. I'm like, oh my God, I forgot all about that. So we covered the Bears, we covered the Mets, Challenger explosion. Holy shit.
January of 86, yeah.
That was great. What a way, because I think it happened Yeah, right around the same time the Bears won, and it
Yeah.
kind of put a damper on things. Thanks.
The one that we won, God damn it! There's another national story about
You
people
gotta
blowing up.
fuck it up.
No, let me ask you. Let me ask you this: do you remember your react? Like for me, like I was a really small kid when 9/11 happened, but I can
Yeah.
remember where I was. Do you remember where you were when the Challenger exploded?
Oh yeah. Well, I was in in January '86, fifth grade, and I guess the upper class, the seventh and eighth graders, they watched it. They had a thing where they would show. They showed it like they had the teachers come in with the little TV and watch it. And I
No.
remember I had to go to the bathroom, and I saw some girl coming up the stairs, and she's crying, and I'm like, "What's the matter?" She's like, the space shuttle exploded. I'm like, and I had really no idea what the hell she was talking about because we weren't watching it, and I wasn't really watching the news or any of that stuff. But I do remember that scene. She's like, and she was probably seventh or eighth grade, and I'm like, oh wow, that's messed up. I don't even know what it was. So yeah, I do remember. I totally remember. I was in school.
Holy shit, man. That is crazy. I can't imagine a bunch of kids watching it live, but I'm sure, I mean, when that happened, that was it was supposed to be a historical moment to show you how safe it was. And then the
Yeah.
irony was that, it all blew up and went to
Well,
hell.
they were showing it in school because the teacher was going up there.
Yeah, it was they took like the common man, right? They took a teacher, they took like an office worker, they took like the common people to show them that, oh, hey, this is and then it all just went wrong. So that's a horrifying, that's
Yeah,
holy
I do
shit.
remember though. I'll never forget it. I'm like, oh wow. And then when I got home, I'm like, that's all they were talking about. So
Oh,
that's pretty fucked up.
that's crazy. Do you got any more facts for us?
Um, couple more. Apparently that was the year. I didn't even remember that was the year that Mike Tyson won the heavyweight championship.
Right, that's right.
The,
Youngest
the,
ever, I think, at the
I
time.
think that was 40 years ago. Oh my god.
Time flies, dude, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy,
So,
man.
I mean, I remember watching not all of his fights, but a lot of them, and because you watch 4 or 5 fights, you watched 4 minutes of boxing, combined back then. So they were good times, though. But what do you got? What else you got?
Well, just one thing on Tyson before I jump into some of the ones I have. Like, he was a spectacle, man. And, like,
Yeah.
it's sad that boxing is kind of 40 years later, boxing, nobody watches boxing anymore, man. It's really become all about the suits and the business aspect. Like, that's Tyson's whole critique on it now, too, is that when I was there, I was a killer. I wanted to take somebody's head off. And he did. I mean, the Spinks fight when he fought Joe Frazier's son and so many, you could remember them, It's not even a situation of, oh, Tyson's greatest hits. You can remember the people he knocked out, and it was a spectacle, man. I sometimes just sit down and just watch Tyson highlights all night, and it's great, and it won't be too time consuming, like you said, because it's really not too many lengthy fights in there.
Right.
But he was dominant, and that was a really huge thing at this time, and it would bleed over all the way over into the early 90s. I mean, he was just the guy.
Well, that's a lot of sports now. It's just it's business. It's not. There's not a whole lot of. There's some heart, but not a whole lot. I don't think.
Yeah, but again, because these guys are so focused on being paid, and it's understandable. I understand when you have a talent like that, you want to be paid handsomely for your talent because so few people can do what they do. But at the same time, to me, the commotion, the spectacle, the draw of a Mike Tyson, it'll never be recaptured. I don't know if they don't make him like Mike Tyson anymore. He was really a one of one, and he made boxing exciting at a time where like Ali was faded out and Frazier had faded out, and all these they'd become dinosaurs of the past and stuff. And boxing was big also because you had the Rockies movies running wild. By this time,
Right.
85 was Rocky 4, and we talked about that on the 85 show. I mean, boxing movies and boxing the sport, it was something to see. But speaking of movies, the top grossing movie in 1986 was a little movie called Top Gun. AJ Zetro, did you see Top Gun in the theater when it came out?
No. I saw it. You know what? Everyone goes on and on about it. I have never really been into it. I liked it when I saw it, rented it. I don't know, probably in the late 80s or something. Had fun with it. Cool. I don't own it. Never owned it. Never really rewatched it all. I didn't see the new one, but hey, I tried playing that super shitty fucking Nintendo game, but that was about it. No, I never never really got into it.
Me neither. I'm so happy you're with me on that because I thought I was going to be that guy and you're going to be like, Grande, you just hate everything. I thought that was what we were going to get, but we're in the same wave. Like, I have the VHS of Top Gun. I've never been a big fan. Like, I did the Val Kilmer show and I had that on the list because that's a movie that like everyone knows Val from, but it wouldn't be towards my top. Like, it's just not a movie I really go back to all that much. Like, it was a huge deal though. I mean, it grossed $176 million worldwide. And then that sequel they did all this time later in like 2022, it made $1 billion. I mean, that was Top Gun equals money. You can't deny that.
Like I said, not bad. Wasn't bad. I didn't think it was shitty. I just was like, okay, it was cool, but I never like, oh my god,
Yeah, no, me neither. I'm happy you're on the same wavelength as me. And the only other two movies that grossed over 100 million that year was Crocodile Dundee and The Karate Kid Part 2, which we may be talking about here tonight. So those are your top 3 grossing movies. The top song in 1986, AJ Zetro. Before I say it, do you have a guess what it may have been? Because I'm curious if you have an idea of someone mentions the music video of the Beastie Boys, Fight for Your Right to Party. That's not the number one, though.
The top song of 86?
Yeah, any guesses? It's okay.
Either Whitney Houston or Peter Cetera would be my guess.
Whitney's on the top 10. How Will I Know was number 6 on the top 10. But the number one song of that year was That's What Friends Are For.
Ooh, really? That was
Elton John, Stevie Wonder. That was the number one song of the year. And then we got some other ones like Burning Heart by Survivor, I Miss You by Climax. Some good stuff in there for sure. 86 had some good music. A couple other fun facts. The Chernobyl disaster was in April 1986. Do you remember that? Because that's like holy shit, man.
I didn't realize it was 86 as well. I'm like, God damn, a lot of shit happened in 86.
Well, when there's a breakout, when there's a spaceship exploding, you can expect our two sports teams to somehow prevail in these dark times.
Yeah, that was one of the facts I had in my head. I don't know if I had anymore or not, but it was just weird. I'm like, God damn, I didn't know all that stuff happened in 86.
Yeah, it's a really eventful year. And one last fun fact before we go on to the movies. It was the debut year of the Oprah Winfrey Show. Does that make you feel old? Holy shit. I couldn't believe that one. For some reason, that blew my mind. That she had been on the air from 1986 all the way through. Because I remember Oprah being on when I was a fucking kid. So she had a good 20-plus year run at least.
I remember watching some of them back in the day. Yeah, it was like and watching her weight fluctuate.
Yeah,
I remember. There was one thing I remember. That's the first time I'm such a fucking child.
That's why we love this guy.
The first time I ever heard someone say the word fart on TV. They were talking. The thing was like women who were like want to make over their husbands or help my husband. He's a slob or whatever. And she was saying that her husband would call his friends and he would fart into the phone. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe they said that on TV. Because I was fairly young. I was probably 12 or 13, probably. I'm like, I can't believe they said that. So I'm like, yes. that's my one memory of Oprah.
That's AJ remembers the Challenger explosion and when someone said the word fart on TV. 1986 was a banner year, but that's the thing about AJ Zetro, and the big reason why I think we're good friends is despite our age difference, which is I think over 20 years.
Let's not worry about it.
Yeah, let's not. Okay, I'm sorry. It's not even. It's just a fathom. But the beautiful thing about it is AJ keeps you young, and that's why I love this guy. Always good vibes, always good energy. I look at you as the big brother I never had. So AJ,
no, stop! You can make me cry.
Oh yeah, well we can start crying right now. And cheers!
I'm still shaking from being so pissed off at my fucking laptop. To be honest with you,
no worries. But maybe after, I don't know if you have a stress ball, but I could see you just popping like
I got 2 of them.
And something in the middle, right? Just some comments and we'll get on with the show. Imagine a cold beer and a bag of 1986 Pure White, a whole vibe. Oh boy. AJ was working the control board during the Challenger.
Oh, what the
fuck? What was the biggest explosion, the Challenger or Bill Buckner's error? Oh,
wow.
Shit. That poor guy had a Hall of Fame career, and it's he will never be remembered. He'll always be remembered for that error. It's so sad. Like, I actually feel really bad for him. Hogan and Bunny in the steel cage, right? WrestleMania 2 was
Yeah, there you go.
1986. And that was the horrible idea where they did 3 cities, 3 parts of the show, right? They did, and each of our cities, right? They did an hour in the Coliseum, the only WrestleMania ever happened on Long Island. They did an hour in Chicago, and you got the Battle Royale with William the Refrigerator Perry, baby. And that would have been right after they won the Super Bowl. He was in it. Andre was in it.
That's the Bears, yeah.
And then the last hour was in LA, and it was Hogan and Bundy in the cage. So that was just a bad idea, man.
That was the first time I realized that wrestling may not be real.
Was it?
I think because did they fight on Saturday night's main event too?
They did on both, but this was the famous boxing match where Piper and Mr. T just didn't hit each other at all. And
on Hogan versus Bundy, because I remember there was a spot where Bundy's in the corner and Hogan's on top, and you see him from behind punching, right? And the camera kind of spins, and you see Hogan like this, like not hitting him, and he's like, "Oh, like
no contact,
hitting him." But I don't remember if that was WrestleMania, if that was a main event. But I'm like, I don't know if this wrestling stuff is real now, because he wasn't even like close. He was like,
huh. Go figure. Now, I actually, out of curiosity, I've never looked this up. I would love to know what the people of each venue paid, because the ticket prices today are bad, but like, holy shit, could you imagine paying full price to see an hour of a show live, and then the other 2 hours you're watching it on a TV like everybody else?
Yeah.
Like, how much could they have possibly charged? I'm so curious if, like, was it robbery? What? And this is, you got to keep in mind, this is before the days of pay-per-view. This was closed circuit TV in 1986. So you didn't even have the pay-per-view revenue to fall back on. So I would think they charged out the wazoo for the tickets, but I don't really know.
I don't know. Look, I do remember that some theaters did have that by me. I didn't go. We could have just paid to watch it on closed circuit TV at the theater. But
do you remember when was the change of that necessarily? When like pay-per-view was that later in the 80s or even early in the 90s, or was that even shortly? Because I think WrestleMania 3 might have been on pay-per-view, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember.
That's all right. Michelle is here all the way from Nova Scotia. Hey, everyone. Welcome, Michelle. Hope all is well with you. I was watching Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2 in the theater when the shuttle blew up. Holy shit.
Oh,
well, that was 85 movie, so I wonder if it was just still running a little bit in circulation in 86, because it would have been January of 86. That makes sense. Top Gun is hog wild. Okay. 1986 was the year that a lot of music videos came out. Beastie Boys, Fight for Your Right to Party. Madonna, Papa Don't Preach. Okay. Don't forget the underrated Top Gun spoof Hot Shots, right? Yeah. I'll be ready for any Crocodile Dundee 2 trivia. Grande, was you even born in 86 yet? No, I was not born. I was -11. FYI, puke emoji for the #1 song, Yuck. Oh boy. Now he could be my son. He's like 15 or something. Imagine paying to see Uncle Elmer versus Adrian Adonis.
Yeah.
WrestleMania 2, was it? I actually don't know. It is one of the weakest WrestleManias. And like, I feel like all 3 cities got robbed. Like like, that's not fair to do it in 3 cities in fucking one night. It's actually kind of insane they tried it. I remember going to local arena and watching WrestleMania 1 on closed circuit. There we go. We got somebody who remembers. Pay-per-view was around in 86, but it was still basically brand new. Okay, that makes sense, because they didn't, I think, if I'm not mistaken, WrestleMania 3 was the one that finally was on pay-per-view, I think. But don't quote me on that. But instead, we've been, I think, teasing these people long enough, AJ Zetro. Let's get into it. Our top 5 movies. We're going to be pulling them out of the hat of fun. AJ, do you want me to pull one of yours out first, or do you want to pull out one of mine first? Whatever you want to do.
I think I'd like to pull you first.
All right. Deal.
Now, with me, like the last time, it's not like necessarily the best movies or the highest grossing or the most. It's just the ones for me are just something special for me. So,
I'm in the same boat. I'm totally.
A lot of people are gonna be like, "How come you didn't pick this? You didn't pick." Well, not saying it's not a good movie. Not like Top Gun. Not saying it just wasn't my thing. And actually, there's several different things on mine that I realized, holy shit, that's in this movie and in that movie. But we'll get to it when we get to it.
Let the pulling begin. Whopper Horror says, "Let the pulling begin."
Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. First pick is, well, the one you really fucked me on.
Oh boy.
Castle in the Sky.
Castle in the Sky. All right, 1986, Castle in the Sky. Brief plot synopsis. Patsu's life changes when he meets Sheeta, a girl whom pirates are chasing for her crystal amulet, which has the potential to locate Laputa, a legendary castle floating in the sky. Yes, and I've got this one right here on Blu-ray high def. Really good little anime movie, a movie that I grew up with and is to this day one of my favorite Studio Ghibli movies. AJ had not seen this one before. I'm on pins and needles to know if he liked it, hated it, or in between, says it was too long. I'm so curious. What are your thoughts on Castle in the Sky? Because this is a childhood favorite of mine.
Okay, well, I know you guys, you and Jeff too, I think, are into the whole Studio Giblets or Ghibli or whatever fuck it is.
Giblets, Studio Giblets.
I had no idea about this movie. I knew Japanese animation not until the 90s, and that was all the R-rated and violent shit, Akira and Ghost in the Shell and Yurusuke Doji and all that stuff. I never really been into it, and well, I'm sure I watched it in the 80s, but I didn't know I was watching it in the 80s, like Voltron or Battle of the Planets and shit like that. But I was thrown off for sure because I'm like, what the fuck is this movie? And of course, HBO Max. I have it. Hey, HBO Max. Well, guess what? I haven't watched it in a while, so it logged me out. I had to go through all this shit like what I just did today. I'm trying to figure out what my password, all this other. Like, Grande!
I sound like I stressed you out this week inadvertently.
I wish I could chew some gummies. But you know what, though, dude? It was good. It was a good movie. I really liked it. I don't know which version because there was like so many different, like, what do you call it? This version came out and this version. Wasn't there like two different dub versions? One came out. The one I watched with was Vanderbeek was one of the voices and Mark Hamill and whatever that one is. But it was good. It was fun. I mean, I'm looking, you know me and my movies were like over an hour and a half. I'm like, but it went by fast and it was really good. It was kind of weird, like how all those dudes with the big mustaches and all the facial hair were kind of fawning over this little girl.
The pirates,
yeah.
Right?
I'm like, what are you doing? It's like, and that big beastly woman who's built like a linebacker, but yeah, I mean, it was in the ending. I'm like, okay, all right, I see this, the music, and I did. I had fun with it, but I don't know if I'll buy the Blu-ray or watch it again. But out of a 5, I'd give it like a 3.5. And you know what though, you got me to watch something I would never really watch on my own. So, and I appreciate that. I like to expand my horizons. So, yeah, it was good. It was good. It was fun movie, but I really don't have anything to add to it because I never heard of it until 3 weeks ago.
Fair enough. Hey, no, I'm happy you liked it. I was scared when you didn't tell me anything. I'm like, oh man, he probably like fell asleep 8 times during this. He's gonna tell me his sleep apnea. Just once, okay, just once, not 11, just once. I was dramatic there, but yeah, no, I mean, this is one of those movies to me that, oh my god, dude, like ever since I'm a little kid, this is like one of my favorite adventure movies. There's just so much to it, and yes, I'm much more familiar with the English dub as well. Anna Paquin playing Sheeta and James Vanderbeek, may he rest in peace, as Patsu. Just amazing how they kind of set this world up as the movie opens and this little girl falls from the sky and she has this amulet that saves her into the arms of Patsu. And it's just basically off to the races from there, a wild goose chase, if you will, a fun adventure movie where they're dreaming to get to this castle in the sky called Laputa that Patsu's father wrote and drew about and speculated on and wanted to go there so bad because there were these fancy robots that were there and all the technology. And to me, it's a beautiful story and tale on the beauty of nature meeting the beauties of technology. And then, of course, the evil Mark Hamill, who is so good in this. And you do, at least I hear a lot of the Joker in it, like the laugh at least, and some of the voice. Like he's using some of that Joker voice. So I always kind of picture him be like, okay, I don't know which came first. I think this would have came first. He would have recorded the dub for this. I wonder if he took any inspiration from this and then put it into the Joker. I always kind of thought that maybe he might have. And it's just so fun when you, to me, this is one of those movies where the climb is just as good as reaching the destination too. Like when they finally get there and they're hugging and rolling around and they're like just kind of happy and jolly and glowing. I love that shit, man. Like I call me sappy, call me whatever you want to call me, but holy shit, man, I love this. I think it's just such a fantastic movie. It has so much to say. The art style and the palette in this. What did you think? Because I was, to this day, 40 years later, I still think visually this is a stunning fucking movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You know, it kind of. Did you ever play that game? It was called Shadow of Colossus on PS2.
Oh no, never played it.
It kind of reminded me of that. It's basically a game where I think it's 8 levels and it's just one big boss battle, but the bosses are these huge ass, like moss covered. There's a moss covered one. There's a rock one. It's like, and that's all it is. It's like a boss battle. But that's what it reminded me of. It's like, okay, that's really cool. And it's like you said, being that old and to still get I mean, goddamn, like you really want to computerize shit nowadays when you could have done stuff, you could be doing stuff like that and so much more feeling and heart to it. But fuck yeah, it was really cool. I mean, like I said, I was used to ultra violent heads blowing up and
and I will say that there is a lot. I mean, there's Mark Hamill shooting a pistol at this girl in multiple scenes of this movie. I mean, it definitely doesn't shy away. Now it's nothing gory or violent or anything like you mentioned before.
Blows their pigtails off.
yeah, it's kind of crazy in that respect. I love like one of my favorite images of any studio giblets, as you call it, is the robot kneeling down to hand her the flower. I think that's one of the most beautiful. To me, it's like a big message and point from Hayao Miyazaki, the writer director, that technology and nature can meet and kind of coexist together. You know, obviously if it's in the right hands. And Mark Hamill's just this evil guy that he wants to use it all to his advantage and take over the world, you know, and twirl the mustache he doesn't have. I don't know. It's simple. It's effective. It's one of my favorite Studio Ghibli movies, in my top 3 for sure. You know, and Miyazaki wise, maybe it'd be my top 2. I only would say Spirited Away would beat this one, but yeah, Castle in the Sky is one I highly recommend, and I'm so happy that you liked it, because I was honestly a little weary. I was like, oh man, I don't. It was this or April Fool's Day, and I'm pretty sure you're happy I went with this. If I didn't cause AJ enough stress, that would have been even worse. First question: what the fuck is Castle in the Sky? Well, I certainly know how to pick them. Never heard of it. Oh, great. Three Amigos is mentioned. Love Three Amigos. Didn't make our lists though. You know, I'm a true cinema fan since the only anime I've ever seen is Pokemon the movie Mewtwo Strikes Back. I saw that in the cinema, I think. Would that have been the year 2000 or 99? I was really young. One of the first movies I ever saw was Pokemon the movie Mewtwo Strikes Back. So I've seen that. But yeah, that's Castle in the Sky. And AJ, my friend, I think it's your turn. It's my turn to pull you.
Well, hold on. The one thing I was really worried about with that movie, like when that robot showed up, I'm like, all right, you better not do something where you get me all attached to this robot and get me all feels for it, and then you fucking kill it off. So, but luckily, they didn't do that. Because there were so many more that ended up popping out. So
exactly, yeah. They're like, holy shit, there's an army of these damn things,
like,
you know?
Grande, if I cry, I'm coming after you.
A lot of the new editions of 80s Studio Ghibli flicks have new dubs from the late 90s, early 2000s. Grave of the Firefly is the same. There's an 80s English dub, and then there's two. Exactly, yeah. And that's AJ was asking me during the week. He's like, did this really come out in 1986?
Totally fucked me up.
He's like, this is 1991. He goes, if I fucking spent 2 hours to watch this, I was like, I promise. But it's his turn. It's his time. We're gonna look. What do we got? Oh, all right. I sense a little danger. From 1986, and fun fact, this was in the top 5 highest grossing movies of 1986. This was number 5. I'm talking about the legendary, the late, great Rodney Dangerfield in Back to College. Yes, Back to AJ,
School.
I wrote back to college. Shit, back to school.
Did you really?
I did. I fucked up. That's it. See, that's a typo. Back to school.
All right. Well, should I give a brief plot synopsis?
Yes, you shall.
Thank you, Chat GPT. I can't do this shit on my own. All right, brief plot synopsis. Self-made millionaire Thornton Mellon enrolls at Grand Lakes University to encourage his insecure son, Jason, to stay in school. Used to buying his way through life, Thornton hires experts to do his coursework and throws extravagant parties to win over classmates and professors. His antics cause chaos on campus, but over time he begins to take education more seriously. In the end, he proves himself academically and personally by standing up to dishonest professor and completing his studies honestly. Fun movie. One I saw early on in life because not really for Rodney too much, which I was familiar with him, but I really wanted to see Sam Kinison because I've been a fan of Sam since very early on. And man, so many different people in this movie. Shit, you know. Dangerfield, Burt Young, Keith Gordon, and I learned how to make it. Well, my wife makes a sandwich like that too, like where you scoop out the bread and you put the shit in. It's perfect. So there was a lot of fun stuff in there. I had no idea that Danny Elfman did the music. I know that he Oingo Boingo was in there, but man, a lot of fun. So much fun. The one-liners and Rodney's quickness. Yeah, I mean, one of my top 10 comedies. So, what would you think? Did you see this before? Were you
I
really
had seen this before. This is not one that I necessarily grew up with. I had seen it in passing a few times, and it is an all-time great comedy. And like Rodney's one of those guys that he is a legend in so many ways, but at the same time, he's also a guy that his humor doesn't really exist anymore. Like he was a really old school type of comedian, and you got to remind yourself how old he was. Like, and you know, this is a guy that was born in the early 20s. This is a guy that was a kid during the Great Depression. This was a fellow New Yorker and AJ Zetro, fellow Mets fan. He suffered. One of the all-time great Rodney Dangerfield jokes was the Mets. When they first started playing baseball, they played at a place called the Polo Grounds. The only problem is they were better off playing polo. That's one of my favorite Rodney jokes ever. I always thought that was a classic. But he's great in this. And he, you know, what's crazy? He was 65 years old when this movie came out. Isn't that fucking crazy?
Yeah.
Like, and he's got so much energy. He's got so much life to him. Despite being a guy that sort of peaked in the movies later, he just always brought such a level of energy and fun to his roles. And like you said, it tells the story of him and his wife, played by Adrienne Barbeau, who's cheating on him. And I love the line. Somebody says like, "Oh, hey, I saw your wife's Climpus," and he's like, "Oh, yeah, you too, huh?" Like I thought that was talking about the painting, and that's the line in passing. He goes with his son, who's from Christine, Keith Gordon from Christine, which I thought was kind of cool to see him in this movie. And it's basically
Barbeau married to John Carpenter at the time.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And he goes back, and you're right. This has such a great, colorful cast. Burt Young is always fun to see in the movies. He's like his kind of heavy / limo driver.
He's just like Paulie. He's the same guy. He's Paulie.
Yeah, he's Paulie with a little bit of an edge to him, I guess. I thought that was great. Robert Downey Jr. is randomly with
his old teeth. With his old teeth, yeah.
I love when we both noticed that because I'm watching. I'm like, my God, Robert eventually found a dentist somewhere. And you the last time we talked about this, we talked about. I know one of your picks was Weird Science, and he's in that with the bad teeth. So I'm like, my God, when the fuck?
That's what I'm noticing a whole lot of like similarities, not only between the shit that I picked, but the shit I picked last time too. I'm like, am I just like a one fucking trick pony over here or what?
That's why I had to get you to the castle in the sky, AJ. That's what I had to do.
Yeah, right. I didn't mean to be, but I mean, but
you are who you are. That's the beauty of it. But like, this is holy shit, man. This movie is filled with comedic genius. Like, and it's all like it still hits and it still makes me laugh a bunch. I love some of the scenes where he's in the lecture halls, just interrupting the teachers, and the whole scene with Sam Kinison and the why these little girls who like to come make themselves feel better, the whole scene. The whole whole Sam Kinison thing. He's like, well, Truman was too much of a pussy. And, oh my God, that stuff to this day is some of the best stuff you could watch. Like, I think it's endlessly fucking funny.
They said during that scene you can see Rodney like laughing, like gets shot from behind. You can see him like laughing.
I never caught it.
How could you not? I mean,
that's
but his little shots and stuff. What do you say to the one chick? When she's wearing that green dress, put a couple holes in it, maybe a pool table or something.
I love that he's trying to go out with the teacher. He's trying to like convince her to go out with him. And he's saying like, hey, can I see you? Can I get you dinner after class? And she's like, oh, after class I have tutoring. Well, can I see you tomorrow? Oh, well, I'm seeing someone. Can I see you the next day? It's like he doesn't get the hint.
Why don't you call me when you have no class?
That's not a bad Rodney. I can't do it. Like his humor was just really unique. Like it's old school, but it's still kind of clever and has a charm to it. Like, I don't know. What do you think? Like, why would his comedy not be taken? Is it too old school? Like, because really, I don't know of any other comedian that ever did his style, really. And this is kind of the best movie I think he ever did.
Because I don't know, everyone's just so offended and so quick to get butthurt now. I guess they can't take a joke. That was the fun thing about Don Rickles too. Don Rickles would give it to everybody. Yeah, everyone got it. Everyone got picked on. Everyone got a shot at. Everyone is like he didn't pick on just one. He picked on everyone. So, and Rodney would just throw shit at anyone. Like, I mean, from what I understood, he was a little. He had a bad habit of showing up in a robe with nothing on underneath it in his dressing room and just come on in. Hey, let's go over these lines. Or let me go. And like, hey, you want to cinch that up a little bit, pal? No matter how young or old or male or female, but I mean, that's just, I don't know. I do miss the old school stuff because I don't think we'll ever have stuff like that. We won't. We definitely won't have this stuff like that. Like, who's gonna do comedy like that nowadays?
And also like to look at the amount of money this made too. Like a 65-year-old man leading a comedy in this year, and it made top 5 money of the year in the box. Like that's incredible. I don't think that name me a 65-year-old comedian that's going to make a movie that makes that much money in the movie theater now, if it even got released to a theater. So it's kind of interesting that they, took chances like this back in the day. And look, it paid off. It was a huge success. And it's understandable because Rodney was such a big star. And like, again, despite when he peaked or when he didn't peak, it goes to show you how talented and funny he was. And like, I think he, despite it being 40 years ago, this movie, I watched it and laughed like it was made. Yeah, I thought the humor just still really clicked and really worked. It felt funny. It kind of, I don't know if you'd agree with this. It kind of had a John Hughes like feel to it. It's not exactly, but like it kind of had a charm of John Hughes to me. At least I don't know, in my opinion.
A more 80s, less weird.
I guess so. I don't know. Like just some of the stuff with Terry Farrell and Keith Gordon. Who Terry Farrell would go on to be in Star Trek, and she was in Hellraiser 3. I always remember her from Hellraiser 3. She's great in that. That whole thing, the whole Keith Gordon, he's trying to convince her to get it with him, and the fucking villain from Karate Kid,
William Zabka.
Yeah. Zabka, he's in this too. So everywhere you look, familiar faces. It's cool.
Playing a prick with blonde hair.
The man has range. What can I say?
Yeah, I think that's what they said. That's this movie's when he realized he's kind of being typecast as like the bad guy.
Despite in this, he really isn't that bad of a guy. Like he doesn't really. He's just trying to get laid by Terry. I don't know. He a lot nicer in this than Karate Kid. Back to School is so good. Sam Kinison cameo as the professor. Oh, absolutely great. Slash for his Dead Man's Party. It has the sick freak Burt Young. Yes. No respect at all. Rodney is a comedy legend. Yes, he is. He really is. It's old school. It's unique, but man, it hits. That freak from Christine is in it. That's right. That's right, Keith Gordon. I get no respect. Seriously, though, I love Dangerfield. In my opinion, the best movie he ever made. I agree with that. I think this is the best Rodney Dangerfield movie, too. 86 was the year the animated spinoff of the classic comedy Ghostbusters premiered. Okay. Sam Kinison is great. That's right, is the conscience that I love it. Hello. It's oh my god, man. Some of the Sam Kinison stuff, like his old stand-up is so fucking funny. Like I don't think it would fly today because he was very like a lot of it
No.
was usually at the expense of women. So
Yeah.
now, I mean, the shit he would say, I remember he's like, everybody's out here worrying about terrorism. I was married for 2 years. I don't worry about terrorism. Like, he would say
And
some wild shit, but man,
it was
he
always like a Kinnison Dice Clay. You know, like, are you team Sam or you team Dice? But I was both. So
Hickory dickory dock. No, some of the other, like Sam Kinison talking about like the starving people. You ever see that clip where he's like, you know what this is gonna be in 30 years? It's gonna be sand. There's nothing fucking grows in the desert. Like, he's, oh my god, dude, it's so fucking funny, man.
and I guess Rodney really was an acrobatic diver at some point in his life too.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, no, isn't that crazy? It's
he
kind of
never did the triple Lindy, but he.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if they had invented it yet, but when he was a kid. Sally Kellerman, the teacher he had the hots for. Yes, that is Sally Kellerman. My Mama G watched this with me, and she pointed her out. I didn't recognize her. 1986 was the year many video games came out, like Legend of Zelda. Zintel is in the house. What's up, my dudes? Grande, I better see Chopping Mall on this list. That's a great movie, though. We do love Chopping Mall. Is Highlander in your list? For me, it's a generational movie in the 1980s. No, unfortunately, that didn't make our list, but both really good picks, Chopping Mall and
You can't
Highlander.
ask questions like that. You just got to sit back and see.
Or either
It's
that,
like,
or they could just dislike the video and say these two losers. They could just give us a Sam Kinison.
it's like asking what's in my Christmas present under the tree. You gotta wait.
You gotta wait. You gotta wait.
So back to school. Love it.
Great movie. Not Back to College. Boy, I don't know how I fucked that up. That's a gap for the records.
That was that big ass burger you had fucking you up.
Probably, yeah.
All right, well, your turn now. Right?
Yes, sir.
Had a mystery. Oh. All right. Well, speaking of which, The Karate Kid Part 2.
There you go. Just like we drew it up or something. Okay. From 1986, The Karate Kid Part 2. Daniel accompanies his mentor, Mr. Miyagi, to Miyagi's childhood home in Okinawa. Miyagi visits his dying father and confronts his old rival, where Daniel falls in love with and inadvertently makes a new rival of his own. Yes, The Karate Kid 2. I love this sequel. I've got it actually on this really cheap, thin case here. My Karate Kid trilogy. I am a huge fan. This is one of my favorite sequels of the entire 1980s and just of all time. But what are your thoughts on this one? Because I'm curious. We've never talked about this movie.
Oh man, it was a heavy rental back in the day. I love both of them, to be honest with you. Once again, though, went to go look for it on streaming. Nowhere to be found. Rondé!
AJ's got a dartboard at home where it's just my face, and he just
Now, I have the first one. I don't have the second one. I'm like, well, it's a 40-year-old movie, right? It's got to be on something. No, you can rent it, but you can't watch it on any of the streaming services. I'm like, okay. Anywho, apparently it was they started planning for this, like, what was it, 10 days after the release of the first one, so they knew right away they were onto something. Once again, this an 80s, like, I guess I'd call it a kid adventure movie type thing. You something you see as a kid, like, man, that'd be great. How cool would that be to win the karate contest, and the next thing you're going to Japan with your guy, and it was like, yeah, it was really good, really fun. Just one I did watch a lot. Luckily, I watched it enough back in the day where I kind of remember a majority of it, where I didn't have to rewatch it. But yeah, good stuff, man.
Yeah, no, I mean, this, to me, what's so cool about this movie too is that it really isn't the same movie over again. And that's a big thing that a lot of sequels fall into is, oh, you just did the same thing and you dialed it up. Oh, it's the same thing, different day. It's another tournament. It's another obstacle. this movie isn't like that at all. Instead, it takes place right as the first one ends. There's the whole kind of throwdown in the beginning with Martin Cove, who's so angry about losing the tournament, the kid losing the tournament. He punches through the car windows, and Miyagi he honks his nose. And then we get a lot of dialogue kind of writing people from the first movie out. Like, oh, hey, Ma, you're going here? All right, I'm going to stay here. Oh, Elizabeth Shue, yeah, remember she was head over heels in love with me? Oh, she's with some other football player now. It's the most like, let's write everybody out of here that was in the first. Let's fuck them, move them on. And as a kid, I was pissed. I was like, motherfucker, you tell me Elizabeth Shue just left this guy after fucking sitting through that whole tournament? I was pissed. But as the movie played out, I fell in love with it because I thought it was a great idea. And I remember even as a kid, I don't know about you, what your reaction was. I was like, Mr. Miyagi's dad is fucking alive? Like, what? I remember as a kid being like, that's a stretch even for the movies. But, like, believe it or not, Pat Morita wasn't that old. Like, he looked ancient, but he really was. He was younger than Rodney Dangerfield in Back to College. Right? Back to school, back to college. But, they go to Okinawa, which, believe it or not, was Honolulu. They weren't really in Okinawa. They shot most of this movie in Honolulu and some of it in California. And they just dress up Honolulu to look as much like Japan, Okinawa as they can. And man, I love everything about this. I love the new love interest in this. I thought she was just great. I wanted to get her name here. I forgot her name. Tamlin Tomita as Kumiko. She was so. I fell in love with her too. It was like, I know. I had the biggest crush on her as a kid. I thought she was so good and sweet, and she's teaching the kids the dancing class and stuff. We see Miyagi's origins. I loved seeing that. I loved the dojo. I loved the whole story with the girl that he fell in love with as a kid, but out of respect to his best friend who was assigned to be with her, he kept out of it. He stayed out of it. And he's thinking the whole time that they're going to be married when he gets there. And they're not. She, out of respect for Miyagi, never married the best friend. And I thought that I was like, oh man, you have a really weird, like old triangle, this love triangle that's really kind of crazy. And this guy wants Miyagi. I want you to fight. He wants to fight Miyagi, and Miyagi won't. Miyagi, yes, he won't fight him. And then of course the guy's nephew, he wants Daniel's blood, and the entire movie kind of plays out where they're trying to keep peace and they keep kind of pushing the buttons and try to see if they can knock him over. And Daniel learns a lot more about himself. He learns some more things. Like I think that's the beauty of it. It's so different. So night. Whereas the third one, it felt like, let's try to remake the first one, and it went horribly wrong. Whereas this, I think, was the smartest thing they could have did. Like, just go, push away from the first one. Let's be our own thing. And that's what I love about it. And man, to me, these movies are great for one main reason, and that's Ralph Macchio and Pat Morita's chemistry. I love the two of them when they're on scenes together and the things Miyagi teaches him. My favorite scene in the whole movie is after Miyagi's dad passes. They're sitting on the beach, and Daniel comes over to him and says, listen, I can't say I know what you're going through. I haven't never lost anybody like this, but I did lose my dad. And he goes on this whole spiel of like how he felt guilty about not ever doing anything for his dad and stuff like that. And he says that you got to know that he loved you and that his life, what made him happy was doing things for you. And like, I love in that moment that teacher becomes sensei and sensei becomes the student. I love that, how that's done. It's a mutual respect between the two. And I don't know, man, this is something about this, the drums at the end, the fight where, holy shit, man, that is a dangerous fight. And they even say like, this is no tournament. This is life or death, and then instead of, he could kill the guy, honk, he learns that from the very beginning. It's a beautiful full circle, great heart. John G. Avildsen, the director who had done Rocky, who had done the original Karate Kid, great filmmaker. May he rest in peace too. I love Karate Kid 2, man. This is a classic fucking sequel to me. I love this one, man.
And they tried to break out the crane kick again. He blocked it.
Yes, he even mentions that at the beginning. It's just something like, hey, he didn't know, but some people always have a counter for something. You always got to have something else. And it's, of course, the thing he learns with dodging the hook where he eventually beats him. I like that, too. It's got a great heart to it, man. I like this one a lot. Dr. Hog. Pat Double Dragon Double Hog Morita. I'm sure that's the name that says on his tombstone. Willie Wang makes a cameo. Oh shit! I watched all the Karate Kid movies in February. Karate Kid 2 is my favorite out of all the sequels. It's definitely the best sequel. I would say the first one's still the best. but like it's an underrated sequel to me. Like nobody talks about it really. Mr.
can't remember.
Miyagi was definitely the main character in Karate Kid 2. Yeah, I agree with that. He was. And like it
Yeah.
does focus back to Daniel towards the end, but I think that it's beautiful to see his background. Like in the first movie, he's this mysterious guy, and then this, it's like, no, here's his story. And I thought that was kind of nice. Thoughts on number 3? I think number 3 is a big old piece of shit. But what do you think?
I can't remember if I saw 3 or not. I'm 50-50. I don't remember any of it if I did, and I definitely never seen anything after 3. So
you never saw
what was 3?
So 3 was and I actually have it. I have the Karate Kid trilogy here on
Who was the bad guy?
So it was some like big ass jabroni. Basically, they try to remake the original, right? He comes back. They had a love interest in this one too, but she was an underage actress, so they can't really do anything, which was really awkward in the movie. There's another tournament, but Daniel only has to hit 1 point in the final match. He gets a bye all the way to the end, and they make this big bad. They were trying to make him like Dolph Lundgren in Rocky 4. Like this unbeatable karate, and then he loses to fucking Daniel. It's horrible fucking movie. And then there's the one with Hilary Swank. Do you remember the one with Hilary Swank from the 90s?
I remember. I did. Well, no, I didn't see it. I don't think. What was the one with the guy? There was a guy with like black hair and a ponytail.
That's the remake with Jaden Smith. Was the karate?
No, I definitely didn't fucking see that one. There was another one.
You're not a Jaden Smith fan.
No, that whole family can go fuck themselves.
Oh shit! All right, and then there was the new one that I didn't see the new Karate Kid that came out last year. Karate Kid Legends or fucking whatever. I saw the trailer and I just was like, you got to be fucking. You know what's crazy? There is money out the ass for this idea. Top 3 grossing movie of the year. And then all these years later, Netflix comes out with that Cobra Kai, which I've never watched. But holy shit, man, that show took over the world for a couple of years. Like that was a big
the first 2 or 3 seasons, but around season 3, it was like, all right, you just did this. And then I think season 4, I think there's 5, and it's like it's the exact same thing as I'm like, all right. We didn't watch the last one. It's the same shit.
Did you enjoy any of what you watched of the Karate Kid, the Cobra Kai show?
Yeah, it was really good. The first, they do what a lot of these revamps do. They bring out like Chosen showed up in a couple episodes. The girl from part 2 shows up. Oh, this Elizabeth Shue, right? The first one.
Yep.
She shows up. So it's like, and it's kind of, that's what they do with these newer things, like from the old stuff, that you can be like, oh look, but once that joy is over, like, oh, okay, well, it was still fun though. It was good. Like the first couple were really good, but like I said, I think season 3 is like, all right, you're doing the same shit. It's like,
I have a funny anecdote. Like I went to a pumpkin patch, and it was me and a bunch of my friends, and a group of kids ran past us, and they were Cobra Kai. And I walked. I'm like, is the Karate Kid still popular with this generation? I was so happy to see it. And then they go, no, that's the Netflix show. And I cut a promo. I was like, you motherfuckers. I was like, the Cobra Kai were a bunch of heels. I cut a promo in the pumpkin. I was so fucking angry. I was like, fuck you. I never saw the show, so I can't speak to it. Instead, I watched the one with fucking Hilary Swank and wanted to jump off a high building after.
You should have swept the legs, Johnny.
Sweep the leg. Sensei, no. The 80s had some fantastic sequels. They really did. This is one that doesn't get a high rating or anything like that, but like I always fucking really liked this movie. Another scene is the hurricane scene. That's right. Where he has to go out there to kind of save the little girl, and you're dead to me, nephew. I love that. That's where he has his big turn. I thought that was great. That Hilary Swank Karate Kid, that's the next Karate Kid with Michael Ironside was in it. I always get that one and Boys Don't Cry mixed up. AJ, you wasn't missing anything when you missed part 3. It's Terry Silver. Oh, yeah, it is Terry Silver. Yes, you're right. That's the villain in part 3. LMAO, the James Smith one was good. Yeah, honestly, I fucking kind of didn't. That's a remake I don't hate. I don't hate the Karate Kid remake at all. Like, Jackie Chan was really good in it. I saw that in the movie theater, and I don't remember hating it. It's better than part 3 and the Hilary Swank one, but like, don't hold a candle to this. Part 3 is Ponytail. Okay, Cobra Kai rules. Part 3 is too goofy to exist. Yeah, If Whopper Horror saying that's a movie you watch. Whopper Horror would turn on at 3 a.m. on Tubi, and he just starts screaming, "What the fuck is this?" He just
And they put him on his stories for all of us to enjoy.
he's violently rubbing the bottoms of his feet, screaming at the TV. That's Whopper Horror. I've only seen Cobra Cock. I might have downloaded the wrong one. Maybe, just maybe. But Karate Kid 2, that's a good one. Let me get you now, AJ Zetro. Let me get you in the bag of fun here. Oh, baby. Let's get a little horrific in this son of a bitch.
There you go.
Let's turn this tide upside down. Let's talk about it. This is the first movie, to my knowledge, that featured the legendary character of Hannibal Lecter. I'm talking about Manhunter. And yes, I'm sure that's the title. It's not Manhunter Goes to College. Sorry about that. But AJ Zetro's got a brief plot synopsis from ChatGPT.
Yep, because I'm dumb.
No.
All right. Brief plot synopsis. Former FBI profiler Will Graham is pulled out of retirement to track a serial killer known as the Tooth Fairy, who murders entire families during the full moon. To understand a killer's mind, Graham reluctantly consults imprisoned cannibalistic psychiatrist Hannibal Lecter. As the investigation intensifies, Graham races to identify and stop the murder before he strikes again. All right. Yep. Same one.
Oh,
same
nice.
Same shit copy. You know me, I'm not really into like the whole upgrading stuff, but damn, I really need an upgrade of this because it was.
This is back when DVDs had personality, though. No Blu-ray do this. None.
I mean, yeah, it's really cool. I watched a little bit again on Pluto. I think it was. The Pluto picture is better than this.
I watched the DVD. I watched this on Tuesday night, actually, and yeah, it definitely looked a little rough. Not as rough as Karate Kid 2 looked on DVD. I'll say that.
I was so pissed. But you know, yeah, I was really. I'm like but I guess the Blu-ray's out of print, so of course it is, because why wouldn't it be? But I really didn't watch this. I didn't really know about this movie until later on in life. Well, I knew about it, but I didn't know what the fuck it was. So let's put it that way. Until after Silence of the Lambs came out. And someone said, this was years later, like, oh, you know that Manhunter movie is like part 1. Like, really? So I went back and watched. Well, I tried watching it early on, and I didn't know, like I said, I didn't know what the hell was going on. I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know the books or nothing. And I'm like, it's all right. But then after Silence of the Lambs came out and someone explained it to me, I'm like, okay. Great fucking movie. So the blues in the beginning, the music, the Michael Mann, we gotta do something with Michael Mann, because there's just so many good Michael Mann movies at that time. And man, it's fucking great. William Peterson, again, we talked about him in 85, just fresh enough to live and die in LA. I'm like, I love this guy. This guy's fucking awesome. And it's a kid, but like I said, the movie threw me off when I first saw it younger, but years later, I appreciate it now. I love it now. Dennis Farina, I loved him too. He was great. Chicago guy. The late great Tom Noonan is Francis.
Yes.
Still looks like fucking Frankenstein.
From Monster Squad, which was the next year.
I mean, it just really gets like the feeling of it. It's I don't know how to describe it. Just the colors and the music, and I swear to God, that fucking song at the end was Peter Gabriel, and I remember buying the best of Peter Gabriel. I'm like, where is that song at? The heartbeat, listen to your heartbeat. Wow! I'm like, how come it's not Peter Gabriel? It's Red 7 or some shit. But man, fucking great movie. How do you feel?
Oh, I'm right there with you. I would agree that, like, this is I'm the same boat. I saw Silence of the Lambs first, and
right.
I'm pretty sure we're in agreement that Silence of the Lambs is like the perfect movie. Like, I would say that's one of the all-time greatest movies in general, not even just horror movies, just overall movies. It's great.
Yes.
So when I had heard, there's this movie Manhunter came out before, I remember I walked in kind of. How do you improve
Yeah.
upon perfection? And while I still like Silence of the Lambs better, it's a lot better than any of the sequels to Silence of the Lambs. And of course, the one that's the story from is of Red Dragon, which was the third of the Anthony Hopkins Silence of the Lambs movies. And to me, it's a much better retelling of that story. And like you said, the style from Michael Mann, the usage of color to convey not just themes, but to progress the plot and story and emotions of these characters. And it's so dark. The tone in this movie is super unsettling. It's really like uncomfortable, and like it again tells the story of this cop that's retired. He's gone sort of insane from putting Lecter behind bars, and now it's the redemption story. We need your help. We need what you've learned. We need you in order to catch this tooth fairy guy. And man, some of the scenes in this are super unsettling to the point where it's like, and despite all the horror movies that the two of us have seen, it still works. Like it's still fucking really kind of like, you kind of taken aback by a lot of it. And that's what I kind of really like about this. The flaming man in the wheelchair. The first time I saw that, I was like, holy shit. That looked real. I remember the first time I saw it, I jumped off the couch. I was like, all right. I was like, the hype is real for this fucking movie. Like, I'm with you, man.
Stephen Lang, man. I mean, he looks like a young, what's his face? I just had it. The guy that did Chucky. That's what
Brad Dourif?
Yeah, that's what he looks like. Brad Dourif, like Cuckoo's Nest era level. Or
Billy Bibbit era.
But Stephen Lang, I'm like, Stephen Lang, holy shit. I had no idea Ike from fucking Tombstone. So
let me ask you this, because I'm curious. And don't get me wrong, I still think Anthony Hopkins as Lecter is one of the best performances. I thought Brian Cox was really Brian Cox. I know Will's going to have a blast in the chat with that fucking name. Will McDevitt right now, if you can listen closely to the nearest New Jersey near you, Will McDevitt's going, Brian Cox. Just laughing it up. But yeah, it's the truth. Brian Cox, I think, is really good in this movie. What do you think of Brian Cox?
I mean, honestly, no Hopkins for sure, but
I
very
agree.
good. Very good. Yeah, it's a little different. He's I mean, just the scene where he gets Will's address and from when he's on the phone in jail.
Yeah, he tricks the guy.
He gets all that. Like, that was fucking genius. How do you do that? You know. But definitely no Anthony Hopkins, but still very good. And let me ask you this. We're talking about the colors. Dare we say the colors in this is like Argento level, Suspiria level, sorta?
I think whereas Dario was always doing it more for art, I think that Michael Mann was clearly doing it to convey emotion. Like you mentioned the blue in the beginning with the wife, and they're laying down, and it is the confliction. I don't want to. I got burned the last time I did this. We caught the guy, great, but this is a sore spot. And I know a lot of people have said, "Oh, that kind of analyzes the romance of the scene." I disagree. To me, it's the blue. It's the fear of going back into this world, and the anticipation and the kind of self-doubt that one has in these two, and it's uncomfortable. The uses of green in this thing, the whole idea of what would you call it? I guess like a stocking above the head of Tom Noonan.
Extra creepy, especially with the hair lip or whatever, the scar or whatever you got. It just adds to it.
That and it's so like simple. It just sounds, you put a stocking on the fucking guy's head, but it really works. Tom Noonan doesn't get enough love. Like, I don't get me wrong, there were some movies I was not a fan of him in. Like, I think he sucks in House of the Devil, and there were
a lot of people pick on that one.
I hate that fucking movie. But there were so many performances where he was great. Like, I loved him in the Odds, that Dark Side episode. He's so good in that. So good in Monster Squad. So good in this. Like, he was a great. May he rest in peace. He was a really, really good actor. And to me, he's just so scary as the dude. Now, let me ask you this. I love asking questions back and forth. We could go 4 hours just asking questions here. Red Dragon was the modernized version of this. Apparently, it was more faithful to the novel. I don't think Red Dragon holds a candle to fucking Manhunter, personally.
Well, first of all, I don't read because I don't know how to read.
ChatGPT read it for you.
I've never seen Red Dragon. My trio is Manhunter, Silence of the Lambs. I did like Hannibal. I did like that, but I
Why
never
did you
seen.
stop? If you liked all three, why stop after Hannibal?
I don't know. I just I'm like, that's enough. That was enough. Hannibal Hannibal Rising and another, but the did you ever watch the series? Did you watch the
With
Hannibal
Mads
series?
Mikkelsen, yes, I did watch the series.
God damn, that was good.
Yeah, it was. It really was. I remember actually the first convention I ever went to, he was the big guest. It was Mads Mikkelsen and that was during the show's hype. That was during the Walking Dead's hype. George Romero was there, and that was the day I met George Romero, but he wasn't the top guest. It was Mads Mikkelsen. I remember being like, holy shit, this is crazy. Like, what world are we living in? But that's how that goes to show you how big that show was. Now it's really kind of forgotten, I would say. Nobody really talks about the show now.
Nobody. And the only thing I had with that show, just a little bit, it seemed like, well, in like Manhunter, he just seems like he's really good. Will Graham's is really good at what he does. In the show, it almost felt like they were almost like he had like a superpower, is what I felt like.
A spider sense.
Like it was an X-Men, like it was a mutant or something. But other than that, I fucking love that. And we watched the whole thing. We only watched it once. I really want to rewatch it, but you know me, stuff that's an hour long. It's like,
I hear you.
People rewatch The Sopranos and shit. Boardwalk. I'd like to rewatch all that stuff, but I'm like, I need my 20-minute Three's Company fix. It's like,
I would love one day to do a Three's Company because I love that you love that show. Like that's one of the best sitcoms ever for sure. You mentioned all the other Hannibal media. Like I remember the prequel Hannibal Rising. Everybody hates that movie for some reason. That's a guilty pleasure for me. I like that a lot. Red Dragon's one of the weaker ones to me. Like, don't watch Red Dragon, just watch fucking Manhunter. And like,
I didn't want. That's exactly why. I'm like, I'm good with Manhunter. I don't want to watch Red Dragon. I'm good with Manhunter.
And like, look at all these. Like, this is such a cool addition. Like, why you spend top dollar, you spend premium money on all these 4Ks now, and they don't have any fucking thing like this. Like, this is so. I love this, man. Like, it's just so
lucky.
interactive.
It's to the point now. If you get a reverse cover, you're like, oh, it's got a reverse cover.
There's a booklet talking to me about the transfer for a half a paragraph. Holy shit! I don't know, man. Like I will say, despite I agree, it didn't look great. Sound quality wasn't terrible. It was 5.1, so it didn't. I've heard worse. But man, like to me, they're just taking personality out of DVDs. And man, this is edition. I would never sell this. Like I love that I own this and like.
I know this, and oddly enough, that Suspiria one that came out too. That's a real nice set from. Was it Anchor Bay? It's like 3 discs.
The Anchor Bay DVD with the 3 discs. Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about. That is an amazing set. Yeah.
And you know how many times I kept asking myself, I'm like, I keep missing this scene in the movie. I'm like, when the hell did this happen? It didn't happen. They spent like 3 hours doing that makeup on him, and they never used the damn thing. So, did they use it in Red Dragon?
Oh, Jesus, I don't remember. I saw Red Dragon once and just wanted to. They got Brett Ratner, who did the fucking Rush Hour movies, I think, to do Red Dragon. I was like,
oh, really?
Yeah, it was weird. It's just a weird.
Well.
Well, Brett Ratner won't do anything anymore. So,
nope.
MILF Hunter, classic. Manhunter is a solid top choice. Incredible movie. I love that Anchor Bay release.
I love the soundtrack, and I'm hoping my buddy El Pinguino will just give up that vinyl that he has of that one of these days. It'd be nice.
Is it super rare or valuable?
I'm pretty sure it's out of print. Yeah, all that. Everything cool's out of print.
One of the best fucking soundtracks ever, says Will. Pretty sure Will hates this movie. Susie's in the house. Hello, Graveyard Army. See that shirt though, Gronny. Thank you. Yeah, we got to represent the Mets. We're 1-0 for now.
Oh yeah. Speaking of Three's Company,
look at Mr. Roper. I had reached out to AJ. I'm like, you gonna wear an 86 Bears jersey? He goes, nah, I'm gonna wear Mr. Roper. I was like, Mr. Roper. All right. Like, sure. When you watch this movie, you can compare it to Silence of the Lambs, and the movie is a detective story. The other one is a very suspenseful thriller. Manhunter is awesome. I agree, John. Manhunter is way better than Red Dragon movie. Red Dragon is way more faithful to the book, but Manhunter has such an intoxicating style. I love it. I think they initially were going to call this movie Red Dragon, and at the last second changed it to Manhunter, which maybe was its detriment in the box office. One thing we didn't talk about with this movie, it fucking bombed. This was not a successful movie. This movie didn't even make $10 million at the box office. I mean, it was it was a bomb, but yeah, it goes to show you that, I think To Live and Die in LA was a bomb too. So maybe this lead actor was just box office poison.
And they did change it because, from what I read, they originally were going to call it Red Dragon, but there was a movie that came out called The Year of the Dragon, and it tanked. And they didn't want to release another movie with the word dragon in it, so they changed it.
Do you think also they might have been afraid people would have been confused? Like people would have been, oh, it's a fucking like an actual dragon, and then they probably were like, oh shit, Manhunter.
Yeah. Change it. Some type of Tolkien movie or something. Yeah, for sure.
I have a life-size mannequin of Francis in my living room. Michael Mann Rules. Anniversary of Thief is tomorrow. Oh, dude, love Thief. James Caan. I don't know if you own that Criterion. That's a great fucking looking Criterion.
That's another one that I had to upgrade because my DVD it was literally a square because they had the bars here and they had on the sides. It was literally you've seen my TV. So imagine trying to watch a square in the middle of the TV. Like, all right, I usually don't do that. Get into all them different upgrades but that one I have to. Like
you forced Zetro into it. God damn it! The TV show Hannibal is fantastic. The Red Dragon in the show blows the doors off the movie. Okay, the movie also came out that year, Blue Velvet, which we love. You guys like Brian's Cox? I knew. Like as soon as I said his name, I'm like, I'm gonna regret saying this fucking guy's name. Edward Norton was not a good Will Graham. Way too much of a pussy. William Peterson was just mental. Yeah, that's a good point. Like Ed Norton's, he seemed very frail, whereas William Peterson's was way more. He had definitely more of an edge, more of a spine to him. There was also a spin-off TV series to Silence of the Lambs called Clarice, which I don't think anybody watched. Michael Mann didn't like the tattoo after they did it. Went through it all only to not like it. It was featured in Red Dragon. Okay, it wasn't. Jumpin' Jack Flash with Whoopi Goldberg came out in '86.
I did watch that one a lot too.
There you go. That's the missing one of the top. Forget Out of Africa. It's definitely Jumpin' Jack Flash. That's the movie.
And I do have a second part to Manhunter when we get to another movie. So to remind me.
All right, very cool. Is it whose turn is it to pull?
Your turn, buddy. Your turn.
Oh, you spoil me.
All right, up next. Here we go. Up next is Hoosiers.
Hoosiers. Oh shit! Bust out the great song.
Is that backwards on your end too, or just mine?
No, it looks fine.
Okay, it's backwards on my end. So.
No, yeah, it's fine. It reads good. And I got a brief plot synopsis. A coach with a checkered past and a local drunk in a small town high school basketball team become a top contender for the state championship in 1950s Indiana. Yes. Oh man, Hoosiers. Oh. As far as sports movies go, this is towards my top. R.A.P. Gene Hackman. I love this movie. This, to me, is the perfect sports movie. And, of course, you have the team of director David Anspaugh and writer Angelo Pizzo, who would go on to do Rudy. If you're a fan of Rudy, the odds are that I think you'd like Hoosiers because both have a lot of the similar themes. They both have great soundtracks, great scores, great character stories. And this tells the story of Gene Hackman's character who comes to town to become a teacher and the basketball coach. And there's only a few kids, like 7 kids on the team or even go out for the team. So they're all going to make it. And he shakes things up. And this small town do not like it. Hickory. They do not like the teaching methods. They don't like his style. They don't like that they cannot control him. And he, in turn, kind of blows them off and starts to reel off basketball games. And we have Dennis Hopper in this movie who plays one of the players' fathers. He's a struggling alcoholic, but I know everything there is to know about the greatest game ever invented. And he fun enough won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor in this, did Dennis Hopper. So I always thought that was a really cool or actually, no, he was nominated. I apologize. He was nominated for Best Supporting Actor. The same year he did Blue Velvet, so go figure. I love him in this as this guy who you could see he's going through a rough patch, and Gene Hackman sort of sees pity in him and wants to get him back on ball, back on, being clean and sober and things like that. And I don't know, to me, this is just a perfect movie. The music, the love story of Barbara Hershey, the characters, Ollie, we need you. I love Ollie, the really small kid. I didn't know they grew him so small back on the farm. This is like infinitely quotable. Yeah, the underhand, that's great, man. What do you thought of Hoosiers? Because this is like one of my tops for sure.
I'm shocked by that, to be honest with you.
Really?
Because I just, well, all right, well, let's start off once again, not streaming anywhere.
That's why I own them all.
I found it on demand on TBS on demand on cable. So,
no way. Really?
Yep. Last time I saw it was 30 something years ago. And I told you this story. I had a geometry teacher. He would bring acoustic guitars and sing songs, and he decided to show us Hoosiers to something about teamwork or something. I don't know. Wasn't paying attention. I was thinking about girls and how I would probably never get one. And I failed geometry. So
should have watched Hoosiers.
I'm like, I kind of remember. I kind of, and I'm watching. I'm like, I don't remember any of this. Like, not 1 second do I remember of it. But I really liked it. It was a lot of fun. I didn't know Dennis Hopper was in it, and he shows up. And another, he'll show up again tonight somewhere. Yes. He had a good streak there, and I guess he really was sober at the time. And that scene where he shows up drunk, he told the director, little tidbit here, give me 10 seconds before you yell action. And what he did is he spun around because he wasn't drinking, so he spun around for 10 seconds, and then he
all wobbly
simulate that he was pretty good. But I liked it too. I don't. But the love story, was there really a love story? I mean, it was just like one kiss, wasn't it? I mean, there wasn't that part. I found kind of like, well, why did you even like try going there? You didn't really do much with it. I don't think. But
that's fair. I mean, yeah, it's I always saw it as that she's the caretaker for Jimmy, who's apparently this kid that's greater at basketball than anybody in the entire state, but he won't play because, someone that was close to him had passed on and he refuses to play, and she's taking care of him. And he walks up to him and says straight up, I don't need you. I don't care. I'm not going to try to recruit you. I'm not going to beg you. I don't like, he straight up gives it to him. Like, I'm not interested. And I think she respects that. And there's a big kind of level of mutual respect where she's basically telling him a lot. You're going to get eaten alive out there. You're going to get swallowed up alive out there. And he does not pay any mind to it. He doesn't sell it. Like, no, like, I'm here to do a job. I'm going to do this job. And I think over the movie, she starts to grow to respect him a lot more. Right. And obviously the two of them, once the town is voted to get Gene Hackman removed and you're not going to coach the team anymore. And, all the town has rebelled against him. It's Jimmy that goes in and I will only play if you keep this coach. And I think we should vote again. They don't want to vote again on it. And I love that. And it's like, I kind of see it as like she respected how he kind of came in and didn't disrespect, didn't overstep his bounds, and that kind of gravitates her to him. And that's what I liked about it. I thought it was a kind of organic love story, but you're right. There's no scenes of them going on a fucking date or
it felt a little forced or kind of wedged in. Like we got all these dudes. We got to have something. Like none of the dudes had a girlfriend or nothing, but. Like Peggy Sue,
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, I hear that. It maybe it is, and I'm just blind to it. But like,
you could have snipped it out. I mean, but it wasn't. It didn't weaken the movie. But I did. Yeah, it was good. It was a real good movie. Once again, you got me out of my shell.
I've done something your geometry teacher could not accomplish 40 fucking years ago.
Well, good luck. Good luck trying to get me to pass geometry.
No, hey, to me the highlights though is that musical score. Like that score to
Goldsmith,
me,
right?
Yes, it was. And my God, man, that is just some of the best uplifting. Bam, bam, like, holy shit, that gets me hyped. That just, oh man, I fucking love Hoosiers. It like I said, infinitely quotable. I always quote this movie. I don't know, man.
That's amazing to me. That's crazy. I mean, maybe. Oh, I know you're a bigger sports guy than I just like my 3 teams and that's it.
Not a sports movie guy at all, or if you do, what sports movies do you like?
names. I saw Rudy once. I never saw Field of Dreams. I never saw.
Wow.
I saw Miracle once. Brian's song. Well, Brian's song I can't watch because just too
Yeah,
fucking
it's a
sick.
really sad movie.
But I've seen it once or twice. I don't think I own any. Just
Wow. Okay, so maybe just not your cup of tea genre because I know
weird.
you like sport. Like a lot of people in the community, I tell them I like sports. They're like, "What? Sports? I don't like sports." Like, it's not popular in this movie community at all.
Oh
So
yeah,
like I hear it, but like sports movies is different. I know plenty of people that don't even like sports that like sports movies. So that's interesting.
okay.
I didn't know that, man.
Yeah, I mean that just because it was so weird when you picked that. I'm like, okay, like all right, well I haven't seen it since high school.
Not as big of a curveball as Castle in the Sky, but I'm sure a curveball nevertheless. I love
I'll
Hoosiers.
never forgive your ass for that.
I will say when Gene Hackman died, this was the movie I reached for. I immediately watched Hoosiers. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is Roz a fan of this movie?
If she is, I don't know. She's seen it, but I don't. Well, we watched it together, and I don't remember her. She wasn't really quoting anything or.
You mean
like
to tell me
that.
she didn't quote Dennis Hopper in it when she's sitting with you? Don't get caught watching the paint dry. No, the reason I asked is because I remember I posted I watched this when he passed, and she liked it and was like, or something. Like she sent me something.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, she must like Hoosiers a lot too. But maybe she just sent me the reaction.
She probably watched it more than I have, but I don't think too much more. But
fair enough. Fair enough. This definitely didn't get a lot of love in the chat. I'll say that. Hey Grande, this movie has a very young Barbara Hershey. I'm not a fan of football. I'm not a football fan, but I love football movies. So yeah, there's a lot of people like that falling under that umbrella too. But yeah, no, sports movie wise, this is definitely a keeper for me. I love Hoosiers.
But I guess he was a pretty big pain in the ass too, though, on set from what I read.
Really?
Yeah, he had no hopes for it because he even told Dennis Hopper like, well, I guess we're done after this because we're not going to get anywhere. he was a real pain in the ass from what I read. You know, take it for what it's worth, but he did not go in with the best attitude, and it worked out obviously because him and Dennis Hopper both.
Yeah, an Academy. I mean, he was nominated for an Academy Award, so whatever he did worked.
Yeah,
you know. But all right,
that'll learn you.
For sure. My turn to pull you, my friend. Okay.
Let's go on.
Let's do it. All right. Hey, speaking of Dennis Hopper,
I can't see shit.
The next movie from 1986. This was a sequel that was long in the making. It's not Blue Velvet. It is The Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. This should liven up the chat because my movie made everybody go to sleep.
Well, this movie also has we'll have another annex like Manhunter. Actually, a couple of them all to go together. We'll talk about it later, though. So, brief plot synopsis. A radio DJ, Stretch, accidentally records a brutal chainsaw murder carried out by the cannibalistic Leatherface and his deranged family. When the tape draws the attention of a revenge-obsessed Texas lawman, Lefty Enright, he recruits Stretch to help lure the killers out. The pursuit leads them to the family's underground lair, where a violent confrontation unfolds between the authorities and the murderous clan. Man, this movie. Well, I got a couple things to show you, but I got that. I got another one too, but it's buried. Great
you have
movie.
The shitty one with the shitty with Dennis Hopper on the cover of it, where that's the worst cover of all time.
What this? Oh, the DVD one.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
that's
just
the one
like
you have.
It's just that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is good.
I got the gruesome edition right here.
And hey, it also has the reversible cover.
Whoa! Forget Manhunter's confidential files. That's all you need.
But I saw this first. I saw the commercial for this, and it scared the shit out of me. And granted, I'll remind you, I was, 11, 12. I was older. I've seen some shit. That scared me. When he comes through that wall, they show him coming through the wall, and I was all set to see it with my dad at the theater. I don't know when, because I never went to a first-run theater, which we'll get into another story later. But they wouldn't let me in because it was unrated, which is basically X or NC-17 when it's unrated. into theaters' eyes. So I was not allowed to go see this at the theater with my dad.
Wow.
So I had to rent it, and it's fucking beautiful, man. You got Canon, you got the soundtrack or the score, whatever you want to call it. I was so happy
Oh,
when this came out
here,
because
show that off. I'm gonna remove myself.
I love the Sith stuff, and it was another. I love it. And when it came out, I'm like, holy shit, it's out! I can't believe it. Another one of them like Friday night, midnight, Saturday night, midnight movies. I love to watch, like in high school. But once again, we got Dennis Hopper, fresh off or just I don't know when it came out in comparison to Hoosiers, but he's in there. When was it released? It was released August. Okay, so fuck, man, it scared the shit out of me. I love it. I love the gore. I love the black humor. I love the score. I love all of it. And I wasn't really too crazy about Stretch when I first saw her. I'm like, she's kind of frumpy. Now that I'm older, I'm like, she's not too bad. But one of the best. And then I saw the first one, and I'm like, oh shit, these are like two totally different movies. But it's really cool. And
What was that? What was that dynamic like for you? Because I know I've heard a lot of people tell the other way, where they saw the original first. I was in that boat. I saw the original first, and then they see the second one. Were so thrown off. Were you thrown off watching the second first and going back to the first one?
well, I mean, I guess technically I did see the first, but according to my mom, she was pregnant with me.
Oh, so you were watching through.
Yeah. Supposedly, I'm trying to figure out how or when or what. But she claims she was pregnant with me when she saw the first one. I mean, I don't know. I like them both. They're kind of like they're the same, but they're different. You know what I mean? It's like if you want to like a lighter but goofier but gorier, you go two. Or you want more serious and scary, you go one. And I think I want to say I saw the first one in high school. So I was older, and I don't know. I like them both equally for different reasons, and this, but same reasons. It's stupid. I don't know. Like because I'm fucking stupid. Well, what was your first experience with this, though?
Going to be unpopular. I'll tell you that right now. I completely was thrown off when I saw the movie, and I was let down when I first saw the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. I will be fully
You
honest
saw
with
the
you.
original first, then?
Saw the original. I'll never forget. I saw the original. It was a blind buy on DVD. I was really young. Bought it from like a closing down 48 hours video store. I still have the
Okay.
DVD, the bare bones DVD. And I watched it on a Saturday morning, and I remember being like so shook by the movie that I didn't want breakfast. I was like, I'm not having bacon today.
You
I'm
didn't want
good. Like,
sausage?
yeah, no, I avoided it. I was so scared, and I to this day I think the original. You can make a claim it is the greatest horror movie ever made. Like to me, it's Dawn of the Dead, but the number two would be Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Like I think that's the next best horror movie ever made. I really believe that. So when I saw this, I expected more of the same. What I talked about before with the Karate Kid 2, you dial it up, or it's the same movie over again. And Toby Hooper was so smart to not do that, and I think dodged a bullet in doing so, because if you had tried to do the same thing over again, it never would have worked.
Right.
If it was the same five kids driving in Texas on the Leatherface, you never can recapture that lightning in a bottle, because that's what Texas Chainsaw Massacre was. It was something that they fell into. It was a movie that could only be made that place, that time, that crew, that low budget. It feels like some of those people aren't even actors, really. Like that's how good some of them are. Like it truly, you watch them, you're like, these are actors? Like, really? Like, it just seems so genuine. Whereas this, it's a canon movie. This was the three-picture deal with canon. It was Toby Hooper's Invaders from Mars, Life Force, and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. That was part of the deal. We'll let you do We'll let you do the two movies you want to do, but you got to give us the Chainsaw sequel. That was the deal, right? And they shook hands, and this was Toby's long-awaited follow-up. And I was thrown off because, yeah, he made it to a black comedy. I think even he knew that I can't recapture what that first one was, so you have to switch gears entirely. And the first time I saw it, I rebelled. I was like, nope, now I'm not into this. A little too silly, a little too goofy. But I will say this was something about it that always stuck with me was the style of the movie. And I do not think there is a single movie in the history of cinema that has inspired Rob Zombie's movies more than this movie right here.
No
You
shit,
watch
right?
House of Thousand Corpses, you
Yep.
watch Rejects, you see where he borrows Bill Moseley. Music is my life. Lick my dick, you dog. Lick my play, dog dick, whatever the fuck he says. You know, the colorful character. Some people remember Chop Top, that character, more than the fucking movie itself. It's amazing how popular that character became. And Bill Johnson is Leatherface over the top and the dancing and stuff. Carolyn Williams is Stretch. And to me, the best part about this movie is Jim Sideow. And that's just one of them hard shell peppercorns. Oh,
Yeah.
he's fucking great. Like, that's one guy, man, that I wish I could have met. He died. Oh my! I don't think I was alive when Jim Sidow died. But my God, he's so fucking funny in this. I will say I don't love this movie like most people. It's one I barely. I never upgraded it. Never. Like, I'm not a diehard TCM2 fan, but I can admit that I get why it's garnered such a cult following. The Breakfast Club poster.
Yeah.
I love how tongue-in-cheek it was. And I think that Toby was so smart to stay ahead of the curve. And I think a lot of people like me didn't get it at the time. Like, I would be curious now. Obviously, you were a little kid, but was the general reaction positive to this movie at the time? Because from what I would gather, I'd say and guess no. But the movie now, it's like, so people love it. Like, it's heralded now, and we'll get to the comments. People fucking put it over like Rover. And I get why. I get why it's a cult movie. It's become a cult classic.
I honestly don't remember the reaction to it. I don't know. I don't remember really a lot of people watching it, to be honest with you. And I don't know if that was on purpose or just how it. Even I got cousins that are really into horror, and I don't even remember talking to them about it. So I've been on the island a lot, alone on a lot of stuff in my life. So I don't, I'm at to the point now where I don't even ask them. I'm just going to assume I'm on my own.
You're not alone. The chat is with you for sure.
But yeah, but Speedo, yeah, it's like I was saying, it's the same character, but they're different, and which was kind of cool like that,
Yeah, in the first one, he's so scary, right? Where
with the stick.
Yeah, he's beating her, and I just take no pleasure in killing. He's watching what they're doing. He's just sickened by it. And then in this one, he's just having a blast, like the whole win the chili competition. He's cracking up like that shit. It to this day makes me laugh. And the whole when they're chainsaw fighting at the end, and Leatherface accidentally saws off his hemorrhoids. He goes,
always get you in the ass.
One of my favorite scenes too is Dennis Hopper testing out the chainsaws. He's and just the guy just watching him like, what the fuck?
Oh, my aching banana.
Did you think Dennis Hopper was out of place in this movie? Like, I still sort of feel that way. Like, he's
by
not
name,
bad, but it's weird to see him in this. Like,
by name, yeah. When you hear his name associated with this, I'm like, wow, that's weird. But I think he fit in good though. It was over the top, like he usually is. He fit right in for me though.
fair enough. No, hey, there's something about this movie that and again, it's endearing. I think it's that's really canon. Like, if you look at, like, I know a lot of people now, they just bash, oh, it sucks. It's like, listen, they didn't make the highest quality, but there was a charm in there. That's why I sort of like canon as a whole, because they really did want to make an impact, but it a lot of the time just came off a little bit rather goofy. But that was them. Like, that was like, that was the charm of it to me. That's how I always looked at canon.
Well, you hear that logo, you're like, oh, here we go. This is gonna be good.
Yeah, that's another thing too. And I hate to be this guy that say, "Oh, the movies nowadays," but it's the truth. It's like even the logos and like, to me, that's a big part of it. Like, it just it immediately, like you said, it puts you into a mindset that movies now they don't have that really. Like, now I see it, and if I see it and I know what it is, I'm like, oh shit. Like,
well, plus again, now you watch a movie like 85 fucking different studios, this and that, production company logos. Like, well,
everybody's got their hands in the cookie jar now. Yeah,
there was an episode of Simpsons that did that, where they had like 6, or they're like, oh, here we go. It was just all these different studios.
It's a gigantic cock tease, really. TCM2 is one of my favorite movies. Fantastic cinema.
Yeah.
The original is a masterpiece, but 2 is a great movie and a good sequel. Okay. Easily one of the best sequels ever, says Hadfield
Wow.
Mascot. I love Dennis Hopper testing the chase house. I love that scene too. I'm with you. That's a great scene. I remember seeing TCM2 and thinking, what the hell is this? I had the similar reaction. I remember being like, what? Like, what are we doing here? And I for a really long time would always say I like 3 of the sequels the best. And like people still this day look at me like I'm fucking crazy. But
Wow.
like I guess maybe because I like it is Ken Foray, I like Kate Hodge, like I like what's his fucking name from Lord of the Rings? He's in it. Can't think of his damn name.
Vigo?
Viggo Mortensen, right? Viggo
Yeah.
Mortensen's in it. Like I always like the 3rd one, but people to this day look at me like I'm fucking crazy. Like no, that movie sucks. I'm like, all right.
I'd like to watch it where I can actually see it because it's so damn dark.
Yeah,
Any
that's
copy
a
of it
movie
I can
that
see.
is like dying for a good release. Little Shop of Horrors came out in 86. Okay. First time I saw TCM2, I had bought the VHS in the 90s for the Savini effects, and I was completely underwhelmed. Turns out I had a rated version and there were barely any gore. Okay, so you got the non-gruesome edition. Love TCM2. Dennis Hopper's so good in it.
Speaking
I don't
of
know if
which,
this is on either one of your lists, but I picked Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Thought throughout the movie, you see Ferris breaking the 4th wall. Oh, you might be happy with one of our lists there. Oh, there it is. There it is. Look at that. The Bill Johnson mask.
or is it Billy Elmer?
I feel like it's almost the level of insanity of his role in Blue Velvet, almost like a prequel. And this is Frank Booth's past. Yeah, that's a cool way to look at it. Blue Velvet's another classic movie, which we actually have reviewed on here. But TCM2, did you have any other points you wanted to make on this particular movie?
One more thing.
Yeah.
The laser disc.
Oh, here. I'll back out.
From good old Elite Entertainment. So yeah, I've always been a fan, man. Always been a fan, and it's just so out there. And then then you find out that Nubbins is the original hitchhiker, and so it's
right.
cool.
Yeah. Let me ask you this: do you still own a Laserdisc player or no?
Yeah, I do.
You do? Does it still like? I'd be curious how it looks on Laserdisc. That's out of curiosity.
Last time I pulled it. It worked. Yeah, I haven't watched that, but I watched the original Star Wars because I still have that on Laserdisc, uncut, unfucked with. On Greedo shoots first.
The despecialized versions, right? Yeah.
Or Han shoots first, not Greedo. So.
AJ, they made mind warp you so much. Now you just
I know. But I watched it, and it looks like kind of a DVD copy, but yeah, it still works. So I haven't plugged that one in though. I haven't plugged in Chainsaw 2 in a while.
It's funny, and when I first met Jeff, I kind of showed my age a little bit. That's what I never even saw a physical laser disc in my life, like never ever.
Yeah.
To this day, I've never watched a laser disc. It's never happened. Yeah. I don't have a player. I don't have a laser, like literally never. So like that, seeing those, like I'm being a physical media guy. Like I'm always that at Betamax. Like I never watched I don't even think I've ever held a Betamax. Like that's another thing I always was curious about. Physical media wise, I don't know. I'm just a nerd for shit like that.
Well, I mean, Laserdisc is slightly better than VHS, but kind of a crummier DVD, I guess. I don't know.
Well, I like that it comes in that whole that's so cool. That's badass. I mean,
it was nice. Yeah, they were nice. They were expensive. You had to flip them. 45 minutes a side usually. But
oh, really? So you couldn't watch the whole movie on one side?
No.
Oh wow! Yeah. Okay, you educating me right now. I never fucking knew. I would never know that. That's so.
And
cool.
there was a thing where they have CAV and CLV. One was like supposed to be a better quality picture, and those are what the Star Wars ones were, and those were three discs per movie. So you had to flip, and those were only like a half hour, I think, per side.
Wow. So was it 6 flips or 3 total flips and holy shit, Mark.
A, B, C, yes. So it was, I think it was a 9
6 flips, 3 discs. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was insane. So, but what are you gonna do? The only way you can watch Star Wars now is on Laserdisc.
There you go. That's the way to go. It's amazing how you guys were talking about the Challenger in the opening of Star Trek 6. Home, it has a tribute to the Challenger disaster. CED is crappier than Laserdisc. They were the main competitor of Laser. I've never even seen a CED either. I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't have any of those.
Okay, well there you go. But I think it's your turn, my friend. Your turn to take one out of the hat of fun.
What do you got left? You got 2 left?
I think I got 2 left, and you got 2 left. I think we got 4 left total.
All right, let's shoot this fucker.
Woo!
Up next for you. There you go. Din, 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 din,
Oh,
din.
there
When
you
the
go.
night has come,
In the land.
stand by me.
AJ Zetro, man, even for a minute there, I was like, keep going. Like, we'll just turn this into the AJ Zetro rock concert.
Darling.
Oh, man.
Let's just stop this and let's just do a duet for the rest of the
I think we need to make Ben E. King proud personally. So, yeah, that's what we need to do. But
we'll
yeah,
throw out the rest of the movie, just put in the songs in the hat now.
for me, like, and I thought about this too, because when we did 85, my number one movie that year was The Breakfast Club. And when you asked me 86, when we were going to do this, I said my number one without hesitation is Stand By Me. A top 10 movie ever for me. In my top 10 of all time for sure. And easily the best movie in my opinion for this year. The briefest of plot synopsis is this one sentence, AJ. A writer recounts a childhood journey with his friends to find the body of a missing boy. Yes. Directed by the late, great now Rob Reiner. May he rest in peace. My favorite Rob Reiner movie, and amongst so many others, Spinal Tap, Misery, and Harry and Sally, and The Princess Bride. So many good ones. Let's forget about North. North didn't happen. My God, man. Like, to me, as far as like the coming of age movies, this is right up there. This is only number 2 just to Big. Tom Hanks in Big is my favorite coming of age movie. But if I had a number 2, it would probably be Stand By Me. And man, just this cast, amazing. Will Wheaton as, Geordie LaChance, who is this guy who's really overshadowed by his older brother, played by John Cusack, who has passed away, and yet he's still kind of overshadowed and not really appreciated or given the time by his parents. River Phoenix, the late, great River Phoenix, who's his buddy. Chris Chambers, who's stolen the milk money at school, has this bad reputation. Corey Feldman, he took your ear to the stove. I know all you boys. He's this guy who's kind of looked at as a bad reputation. And the ever so loving holly jolly fat kid of the bunch, Jerry O'Connell, who, fun enough, goes on to marry Rebecca Romaine Stamos, and she's now Rebecca Romaine O'Connell. By God,
she beats him up now.
Yeah, Kiefer Sutherland as the villain. My God, like the cast in this, the soundtrack, the entire story, the way it's told, the humor, the drama, everything about it. To me, it's a really well-rounded movie with everything in it, and to me, takes me back. Despite I wasn't a kid of the 1950s, it does take me back to childhood, and it reminds me of the friends that I had in childhood. And just so much of this movie to me hits home. The writing, of course, the short story it was based off of by Stephen King, The Body, which this one stays really, really close to that short story. I know you say you don't read, but that short story is incredible if you've never read it, and I highly recommend. But your thoughts on Stand By Me, man, because this one is I should upgrade. I'm ashamed I only own the DVD of this.
Well, once again, not streaming anywhere.
Did any of mine stream anywhere? I feel so bad I did this to you. I'm shocked you don't own this one. This one is
it was on demand, on cable, on Sundance Network, and Sundance Network censors swear words. So
okay.
But
so
I watched it
G-rated.
Yeah, I watched it enough as a kid, a lot. I watched a lot because one of these movies. This is one of the movies I used to have on recorded on. I had like 4 or 5 videotapes with like 3 movies each. This was one of them. Once again, the coming of age adventure with your friends, like Goonies. So I love that type of shit because I always wanted to do stuff. I don't want to go look for a fucking dead body, but really, really hits you in the heartstrings. It's really good, and it's really I hadn't actually watched it in quite a long time, and it was just it all came back like like nothing because I remember, oh my god, he used to always quote this. All like, me and my friends in the schoolyard, and shit like that. It really gets you in the feels, and then you feel bad for the one kid, and the kid that's the most delinquent ends up being the most successful.
Right.
He's a lawyer, and then he gets fucking stabbed in the throat. It's like Jesus Christ, you like to. I would like to know his like how he got out and how he made it to be a lawyer. That's a whole other story I'd like to know about.
Yeah.
Fantastic, man. Fantastic movie.
I think all the character moments in this really sell it too. Like just the drop of the dime of you guys want to go see a dead body, and the immediate, like, to me, this movie, it's all up into when that line is said, I immediately, let's fucking go. Like, I'm into it. Like, let's do it. Like, that's the automatic, like, the switch turn, and the movie just gets going from there. And like the campfire scene of one food for the rest of my life, that's easy. Cherry flavored plaids, that's easy. Mickey's a mouse, Donald's a duck, Goofy, he wears a hat, he drives a car. What the hell is Goofy? Well, Goofy's a dog. Wait a minute, Pluto's really the dog. What? That's weird. What the hell is Goofy? Like, I love that, some of that dialogue going around the campfire and stuff like that. And to me, it gets serious when it has to. I love the mano a manos with Wheaton and Phoenix, and they're talking about how River Phoenix wants to go somewhere where nobody knows him, and he breaks down crying, and he's like, I hate being this bad reputation kid. Like, I'm not a bad guy. I made mistakes. Like, I love that stuff as they go back and forth. The scene with the deer where Will Wheaton is kind of sitting off on his own, and the deer kind of looks at him. They have this kind of stare off, and he writes in the book that he never shared that with anybody else. That was the personal moment of their whole journey. And to me, again, it's a movie about friendship, the highs, the lows, the arguments, the laughs, the cheers, the crying, the whole thing. If anyone has ever been able or fortunate enough to have good friends at this age, at this time, to me, Stand By Me is a time capsule for you to go back and relive elements of it. Like, I may not have been friends with these exact kids, but I knew these kids. And like, to me, that sometimes kind of enables me to join and drop into this world and kind of forget about it. And I don't know, man, like, it's a masterpiece to me. Like, I think it is one of the all-time best movies. It would be a contender for the best of the 80s for me. Like, that's how high I'd have Stand By Me up there. I just love it. I think it's great.
And it's like you like with anything else, it's like they all drifted apart, and that makes it even a little more sadder.
And that's like, I'll be honest. There's still, don't get me wrong, I stay in touch with a lot of people. I still have friends from when I was in second grade, third grade. But is it a majority? Probably not. Majority, probably, yeah. You go your separate ways. It's a good, it's sad, it's bitter, but it's how life goes sometimes. And I think that's like, when you hear that he's been stabbed in the throat and things like that, when I hear that, I know it's sad in the movie's context, but like, I think of River, how young River died. And like, it is eerie that he's the only one of the four that's not with us anymore. So that element always kind of shook and kind of hit home, where I'm like, oh man, this is so fucking sad. Like, that this guy, he was so, of these four, he's the standout to me. Like, I think River Phoenix would have been one of the biggest fuckers. Look at Joaquin Phoenix. Joaquin Phoenix everywhere, I couldn't imagine if River had lived.
You think Joaquin would be as big now though if his brother was still around?
That's one of those parallel. Who knows? Maybe River Phoenix would have been the big star, and Joaquin would have given up on acting after Parenthood. Who knows? Like, there's no way to know. But like, I do think that the entire ensemble do a great job. Like, I've always loved Jerry and Corey. It's sad because in real life, I don't know how. I'm not a big Corey fan in real life, and he's had a lot of problems, a lot of demons. But like, I don't know. This is one of those movies that, like, anytime I watch it, it's just cinema, man. Like, I think this should have won Best Picture of that year, but I don't even think it was up for anything.
And then you got, it's just funny because you got like Kiefer Sutherland, and you got Lost Boys, same year or next year?
Same year, 86.
You got the guy that played Mr. LaChance.
Yes, it was from Elm Street 2 as the dad.
And he also was the guy that drops off Will Graham. He's a cop that drops off Will Graham in Manhunter. And to be
That's
like,
right. Holy shit. Yeah.
there he is
You know what? I
again. It's
fucking
like,
noticed that. I made a mental note. I forgot to mention. Thank you for remembering that. Yeah.
like,
Character
goddamn, it's like it's so weird how much shit, like just those couple 84 to like 87, everyone was just like in each other's shit.
Yeah, no, it was like all right, revolving door, another character actor.
Yeah, I know. It's just crazy, man. It was fun though. And you know, like you said, you got Dennis Hopper and all these movies at the same time. It's like, wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Like and then from the year before, I don't mean to keep picking the same shit, but it just kind of happens.
Yeah, no, listen, hey man, taste is taste, right? Let's see, great choice. Stand by Me will make any grown man cry. Yeah, I definitely the first time I saw this, I bawled at the end. Like I was that last line that I don't know if I've ever had friends like I did, when I was this age. Jesus does anyone, and then
Yeah.
Dreyfus runs outside and kind of play and they play the Stand by Me song. That's like, man, what a perfect bookend. Like, that's the perfect line to end it on. Stand By Me is probably my second favorite movie of 86. Okay, you got to tell us what number one is if you're going to tell us number two.
Yeah.
If Mickey is a mouse, Donald's a duck, Blue's a dog, then what is Goofy? That's like my favorite, that whole spiel of the kids at the campfire. Like, what the fuck is Goofy? That's great. This movie.
So many good chopper, sick balls, so many different quotes back then,
I love the leeches. The leeches. That's leeches, Gordy. Oh no, the train scene is great. Yes, that's the thing for a long time. And obviously now Rob Reiner, the way he died was really tragic. But I remember for a long time, people had a lot of heat for Rob Reiner because he yelled at the kids, made them cry. And
Yeah.
there was a lot of heat for him for a long time. Now it's like, holy shit, like the way he died was so fucked up. A year later, Corey Feldman and Kiefer Sutherland would also appear in The Lost Boys. I thought that was 86. Was it 87? I guess we're wrong on that, AJ. I don't know. God damn it. I forgot to send my reminder. No worries, Mark. I know people hate Corey Feldman nowadays, but what child actor had better resume than his? Yeah, he was in a lot of great movies. That's true.
Yeah, it was.
Like, holy shit.
Pain in the ass in all of them, though, from what I hear.
Yeah, that's true. Like every Rob Reiner movie, also this one has a great ensemble cast. Absolutely. Favorite movie of 86 is Rad. That's probably my favorite movie of my whole childhood. Holy shit. AJ Zetro, are you a fan of Rad? That's a relic.
Never saw it.
Never saw it. There you go. The first time I'd ever heard of that movie was I forget. I think it was Vinegar Syndrome. They did the Blu-ray of it and it sold out within minutes.
Everyone flipped out over it. I know.
That it literally broke it. I remember like for days being like, what is so good about this movie?
Yeah.
And I finally saw it. I liked it, but yeah, holy shit, favorite childhood movie of the 80s. You're apparently not alone.
Was it $44 like Vinegar Syndrome? Or?
With all AJ's knowledge dropping, I'm beginning to think he in 86. Grande, did you transport AJ to 2016? I don't know. I guess she's asking if we took you a 2026. Okay. You're asking if I took him out of a time machine then and brought him to the future for this show. No.
No, that's the thing. I remember shit from then, but not from yesterday.
And that's why we love you. That's why we have you on here. My turn to pull you, buddy. Next one here, which I grabbed them both. Sorry. Well, I'll grab this one. So
you cheating whore.
I'm a cheating whore. Yep. At least I spelled it right. Not back to college. This one from 1986, another horror movie. This was part 6 of the Friday the 13th franchise for AJ Zetro. His second to last pick, Friday the 13th, part 6. Jason.
All right. Good memories with this one too, man. Plot synopsis. After mistakenly resurrecting the seemingly unstoppable killer Jason Voorhees during an attempt to cremate his body, Tommy Jarvis realizes the murderer is alive again and heading back to the campgrounds of Camp Crystal Lake, now renamed Forest Green. As Jason begins killing counselors and locals, Tommy teams up with the local sheriff's daughter to stop him before the undead killer can claim more victims. I like this one. I only have the set, so. But
I was gonna say, if you tell me this one ain't on streaming, I'm like, buddy, you gotta start buying DVDs.
I do have
I got
the
you.
soundtrack just recently purchased. Part 6, woohoo! Good one. They're all kind of similar. A lot of but I had to get it because Part 6 is one of my favorites. Now, my story with this. Remember a little bit ago, I was talking about going to see this with my dad and them not letting me in. We went down the street somewhere. I have no idea where this was at because my dad would not would not pay for first run theater. It was always dollar shows and shit like that. So I don't know where I was. I remember we took a bus. It wasn't our normal place. So they wouldn't let me go in to see this Texas Chainsaw 2. So we went down the street and we saw Friday the 13th Part 6 in the theater. I missed the first 10 minutes because we were trying to get into Part 2. So I missed the whole resurrection scene. I came in at the paintball scene. So at 10 or 15 minutes in. And oddly enough, once again connecting my things, there was a double feature on the double feature was Manhunter.
Oh, no way.
But we had to go. We didn't. I watched the first 10 minutes of this, and we had to leave. So.
That overcompensated for the 10 minutes of Jason that you missed.
Right? Yeah. There you go. Probably my dad's like, "You're gonna watch 10 minutes of something." Well, we gotta go. But yeah, this is fun. I like this one a lot. I really don't have a whole lot of facts on it because it's just all in my head because I've seen it so many times. I've always liked Tom Matthews from Return of the Living Dead. I'm like, this. I love this guy. Just like those two guys, William Peterson, Tom Matthews. It was great. Just classic to me. I know a lot of people are kind of iffy about it. I like it. I liked what's her name, Megan, the Megan chick. I had mad crush on her. Oh man, she's doing good, by the way. She married the co-creator of Celestial Seasons.
Oh, there you go.
She's doing all right. Fun movie though. Good soundtrack. Good score. I like the Jason. You know, I like. I wish like with all the Friday movies, they cut some shit out, which would have been nice to have. Some good kills. No yits though. Yitless.
Yeah, it is.
First one after coming off of 5.
It makes sense though. I mean, I can see why they did what they did. Now, I know. I'll get into my thoughts on the movie too, but I know you had started the anecdote with your dad, and I wanted to get a little bit personal on here because I know you said to me at least once that you and your dad didn't go to see all that many movies together. But like, what was this like going to see it with the old man? Because I wanted to hear a little bit more of that story, if you wouldn't mind sharing.
I mean, we really didn't do a lot, to be honest with you. He worked a lot and catch here or there and stuff like that, but we didn't really do a lot of stuff together. My mom was actually kind of pissed that we skipped Manhunter because he had to take my grandma grocery shopping or something like. So she was kind of like, "Why couldn't you just wait?" Like, whatever. It was fun to me. He never really got into like horror. He was more the action guy. He wanted to see bull explosions and ass kicking and yits and ass. And
was he a big cinephile like you are?
No,
no. Okay, just
not
casual.
No. We would rent movies a lot on the weekends and stuff when we got a VCR, but I think honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, I think that's probably the only movie I saw with him. If I saw movies is with my mom or my mom and grandma. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Oh no, we did go. We saw American Werewolf. All three of us saw American Werewolf in London.
I thought you told me you saw the last episode we did was he took you to see Rocky IV, right?
He was probably there. Yeah, we probably did. We went as a threesome. Me, my mom, and my dad. But as far as me and him, I think that's the only one that was just me and him, if I remember correctly. So yeah, we went as a family a lot, but played catch here and there. We just didn't do a lot, but it was cool. And like I said, I don't know where we were or why the hell we got on a bus because the Dollar Theater by our house is only a couple blocks away. So I don't know where we were. I don't know how we found another one that was showing Chainsaw and found another one that was showing this. I don't remember. I just remember we got on a bus.
Got on a bus. Were you in the actual city? Were you in Chicago, the city part of it, or
must have been? Yeah. I lived in the city until I got married. So.
Oh, I didn't. Okay, I didn't realize it had been that long. That you lived in the city.
Deep in the city, and then we moved like after between 7th and 8th grade to more. It was still the city, but it was more like a suburb. But it's still a Chicago mailing address. Then we moved out, got married, and then we got moved out to the suburbs. So
Yeah, like, and I appreciate you telling that story. Like that to me, that's special. Like that's cool. That's the one time
It
the
was
two
cool.
of you just. And don't get me wrong, it's still the threesome and the the whole family and the whole "I spit on your grave" story that you've told me
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
past.
yeah. Don't forget, there's that too. So yeah, we did see movies
That's a
together
story.
as
But
the
like
three of us.
that's so cool that you got to have this mano a mano moment with him, and it's so engraved in your mind, right? Because you weren't allowed to go see one movie, hopped on a bus, go to see this. And man, for a kid, I don't know if there's a better pick for a Friday the 13th movie. Like to me,
Yeah,
this is the one. If I was showing it to a kid, easily
yeah,
would be the one. And again, there is now TNA. There's not as much swearing. There's not. I mean, granted, there is a little Tom Matthews. Hey, Jason, you big pussy.
yeah.
Yelling at Jason and stuff. But like this one is in a lot of ways the one that changed the whole franchise. Like up at 1 through 5 feel like the same movie in a lot of ways. This
Yeah,
completely made it zombie Jason, Jason's
yeah.
unstoppable, Jason's Frankenstein's monster now. And Tom McLaughlin kind of made that very self-aware, that humor in the movie that
Little
kind of
humor.
plays out. And
Mhm.
self-aware before a lot of stuff was self-aware, if I'm being perfectly honest. And it is funny. I think the soundtrack is great. The Alice Cooper, oh, and he's back. He's the man behind the mask, and he's out of control. So holy shit! Every time you hear that, it's like yes, like it
Uh-huh.
hits every single time. All the songs in this movie really, really hit. And again, Tom Matthews super likable as Tommy Jarvis, a more upbeat Tommy Jarvis than the previous movie where he's
Right.
super catatonic and fucked up on drugs. And in this, he's just totally normal, totally fine. I'm gonna
Yeah.
go see. I'm gonna see Jason Goes to Hell. He's gonna see him go to hell and accidentally resurrects the fucking guy. The kills in this hysterical. The triple decapitation.
Yeah.
The cop that gets bent in half. That's a
Yeah.
crazy one.
That's a good one.
The kids talking to the bed. What were you going to be when you grew up? I thought that was kind of fun. It's the most tongue in cheek one of the Paramount movies to me, and it has a special place. I would agree with you. It's not my. I mean, I don't. You said it was one of your favorites. It wouldn't be one of my favorites. Like I like the first 5 better, but like to me, for a kid, this is the one. Like I really do not think there's a better one to watch as a kid growing up, and that's cool that you got to see this in the theater at the ripe old age 10, 11. That's oh man, that's so cool. Like I love that you got to see this. And I could only imagine, do you remember any of the crowd? Because I would think with a crowd, and I've seen all the Paramount 8 with a crowd, and man, every single one of them has been fun. Like it's been
I
granted.
remember it was during the week and it was early. So it was probably the two of us were probably the ones in there. I don't remember a big crowd, to be honest with you. And like
Okay.
and those second run movies sometimes it'd be weeks, months after the release date. But I mean it came out August 1st. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like where the hell was I? Because it may have been I don't know how long I ran in the theater because in Chicago we didn't go back to school till like the day after Labor Day.
Well, I didn't even realize because you said before Texas Chainsaw 2 was August of '86 as well. So these came out right around the same month they came out. This
Yeah,
one. I never realized that.
Manhunter must have been around the same time too. I don't know where the hell my thing is, but something. So I don't know. It was weird, but
Yeah.
it's a memory that I'll last forever because that was it was cool. It was a real cool thing.
That's special, man. To me, that like those are the memories, those are the moments, and like they mean the most, right? Like even more, like I can remember, certain people I go see the movies with, and like now that they're not here, it's like I am thankful those moments happened.
Yeah.
And with this movie in particular too, I got a cool thing is Matt Landrum, good friend of the show. He sent me a vial. He lives right by where they shot this.
Oh,
In Georgia, and he sent me a vial of the dirt from the camp. It was like one of the first times we ever talked. He was like, "I want to send you something." I was like, "All right, cool, sure." And he sent me. I had no idea what he was going to send, and that's what he sent. So I have that in my room. That's a really cool, like little.
that's
Every
awesome.
morning I see it. Jason Lives. It's right next to my deodorant. That's why I have it. And it's on the little stand, and it's right there. So I see that every day. So yeah, that's a
That's
cool thing.
fantastic.
Yeah, very cool people. But we had a couple of comments on this one. Let's see. What makes this movie so great is that it is a monster movie. It also pays homage to the classic Frankenstein movie
True.
with the lightning bolt. Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's what Tom McLaughlin was going for, like a
Right.
universal monster movie, but in the camp setting, right?
Yep.
Um, VS 4K of Rat, I meant. No worries. I knew what you meant. In the scene before the first couple is murdered, the girl says, I've seen every horror movie to know anyone wearing a mask is never friendly. Yeah, it does feel like a precursor. Fun fact, McLaughlin passed up on the opportunity to direct Scream. They initially asked Tom McLaughlin, and he read the script and said, I already did this. And that's why he said no.
Wow.
Must have been the biggest fucking mistake of his life. Exit. Oh, sorry. Excellent pick, AJ. Part 6 is the Friday movie I have the most nostalgia and fond memories of. Probably the funniest installment of the franchise. Yeah. Don't love the Friday 13th. Jason Lives. I wasn't feeling the horror comedy vibes. Yeah, I'm sort of in that boat. I like it. It has a charm to it. I'll say that. Most likable cast of the Friday series. I think director Tom McLaughlin was kind of religious. That's why the lack of TNA. I also think lack of TNA because the previous movie was so much with it, and they didn't like 5. Like, no, the producers didn't like it. The people didn't like it. Like, it was not a well-liked movie. So I think that's a big reason why they changed and shifted gears. My grandma was great. I still miss her. She's the reason I love horror anthologies. Introduced me to Creep Show, and it went from there. Yeah, no, like, that's your comment on that. That makes me think of my times I spent with my grandmother in the movies, and yeah, it's crazy, but I'm happy those moments happen. I'm happy I can remember them vividly. Like, they meant the world.
Yeah.
Did you know the teaser with the camera doll zoom to the graveyard was used in the opening teaser of Friday the 13th Part 7? I didn't know that. 6 is in my top 5 Fridays. I love that one. Yeah, it's a big fan favorite, and I understand why. Like, it's super fun for the whole family, I think, in a lot of ways. So, yeah, Friday 6 is AJ Zetro's 4th movie, and we both have one more now, AJ. This is crazy. We're down to the nitty-gritty, my friend.
All right. Well, your last one is Bueller. Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Another classic movie, brief plot synopsis. A brash, cocky high school senior tired of skipping school to spend a boring day at home is determined to enjoy an epic day, roaring around his favorite Chicago sights, enlisting his best friend and girlfriend to join him on the adventure. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. And again, I had John Hughes movie at my number 1 of 85. Yeah. This made the top 5 of 86 too. And I love Ferris Bueller, not as much as Breakfast Club, but I think Ferris Bueller's Day Off is such a fun fucking movie from start to finish too. And it's a big reason why I always wanted to go to Chicago. I remember watching this movie, and thankfully enough, this past September when it was AJ's birthday, we surprised him for his 50th birthday. We had a great weekend. Roz was nice enough to drive us around Chicago, and I was able to see some of these sites with my own eyes, not through a TV screen. And that was special for me. Obviously, we were there for you, and we had a great time with you, but the scenic part of it was super cool for me, who had always wanted to see and of course get more Chicago deep dish pizza with you, my friend. Always
driving around the caravan of mental patients that she had to deal with.
Yeah, for sure. Which that goes out saying. To me,
what the hell is this bus?
To me, the beauty of Ferris Bueller, the thing I always thought about Ferris Bueller and why I love this movie so much is, and you'll see this theme in my entire list now that all 5 movies have been revealed. I like adventure movies, number 1, because this is another kind of just an adventurous day in the city of Chicago. Yeah. I looked at this movie where we're with Ferris on we're Cameron. I look and identify a lot with Cameron. Not that my parents treat me great. They do treat me great. I have no problem with my parents. But I look at it through Ferris Bueller's bigger than life. Life is his. He's the coolest kid in school. Save Ferris and the whole 9 yards, right? He's the coolest kid. He kind of takes you on this journey with him. And it's to me, Ferris Bueller is leading you through the city of Chicago as you watch this movie and watch how they spend their day off through museums, through the skylines, through the restaurants, through, the parade in the town. Let's shake it up, baby, now. And Donkey Shane. So to me, one of the all-time great 80s movies. I love Ferris Bueller's Day Off. But what are your thoughts, AJ? Because I know you're Chicago true and true.
Yeah.
I think this is a big one for you.
No, anything with Chicago, I get a little, even though I'm not a deep city Chicago guy, I know that stuff from a kid. And of course, it's just oh, that's awesome. It's cool like that. And what I found out was kind of funny, going back again to how these people are intertwined. This came out, from what I read, the same day as Back to School.
Wow. And Back to School did better.
Or Back to College.
Back to College, right.
Back to School, yeah, did better. Did better. Also, Edie McClure in both movies.
Is it? Yes, she is. That's right. I wonder which one
Also,
she went to see on opening day. What did she do? Did she
right?
see both?
Also, both movies has Shake It Up Baby.
That's right.
I was like,
I told you it
what
felt
the
like a
hell?
John Hughes movie. You looked at me like I
I
was
mean, what the
crazy.
shit? And it's like, yeah. So I'm like, yeah, it was. I had all these facts. I'm like, talk, finding out when I'm doing all my research on these movies. I'm like, holy shit! So that's just kind of cool too. But it was, yeah. It's once again a little adventure movie. A little, you get a little glimpse. What's his face's life is not that great, Cameron. But one of my favorites for sure. And the first time I ever saw after end credit scene, which I didn't see until years later
Oh,
by accident. I think I don't even know if I knew about it.
you're
Like,
still
oh,
here?
yeah, I'm like so cool. But yeah, I have a lot of fun with it. A lot of that's one Roz and I will watch like whenever it's on. So
Well, I asked her to death about. I'm sure she was probably sick of hearing me ask because I was like, "Where's the museum where Ferris went?" I was like, "Where's
yeah.
this where Ferris went?" She's probably like, "Okay, like Mr. New Yorker." Like, I'm sure I probably
Well,
drove that poor
that'll
woman
be
crazy.
me when I'm thinking when I go out there. I'll be like, "Where's the floppy pizza?"
Yeah, no, I mean, I still bucket list. I want to go to the museum in this. Like, that's one thing I just need to come back to Chicago to do. I
The
want to.
art museum, yeah,
Yeah, that museum looks beautiful, and the sky rise, right? Like where you look down, and I think that looks like so much fun to me too. I'm not a scared of heights person at all, right?
yeah,
Like, never have been. But like, I don't know, there is something about, and to mention back, harken back to what you were mentioning about Cameron. Like, to me, his character is the only thing that feels like a carryover from what John Hughes movies were talking about at the time, and Breakfast Club being a big, like, the whole problem with parents at home. That's a lot of what's discussed in the Breakfast Club, right? Where
yeah,
everyone's home life has to be unsatisfying, otherwise you'd never leave. That whole, like, to me, the way that John Hughes wrote youth and wrote these particular characters were great. Again, favorite scene of the movie is not even with Ferris Bueller. The favorite scene of the movie is Cameron and Mia Sara are walking, and she says, "What do you want to do with the rest of your life?" And he says, "I don't know." And she keeps asking him, "I don't know." And he doesn't know. It's like, that's a transitional period in your life when you're going from young adults to big adults, from little world
yeah.
to real world, right? And like, I kind of related to his character. I was like, I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. This world seems so big. It seems so crazy. And then they mention how it's nothing like that to Ferris. And what do you think Ferris will be doing in 20 years? He'll be a fry cook. I love that. And the whole, like, they're all partying. So, like, just a perfect movie. And one last thing. I'm sorry, I gush over this thing. My
Gush away.
sister, I would say my sister and I have a relationship like Ferris Bueller and his sister. Like, every time I watch this, that's me and my sister. Like, oh man, like all the
Really?
time. And like, there is that love there, but holy shit, man, like we are always kind of butting heads and disagreeing. And like, I love where in the beginning, Jennifer Grey says, "I could be bleeding out of my eyes and you'd make me go to school." That's something my sister would say. Like, I'm to the point where I'm like, this is eerie. And cool thing, they re-released this. They did a John Hughes month in November of 2025, and it was just a couple months before, obviously, the 40th anniversary. And this was one of the movies they showed. I went with my mom, and we went to see this in the big screen with a big crowd. Oh man, seeing this with a crowd was
Oh, that's
great.
cool.
I mean, just
Yeah.
everybody laughing and partying, and like, oh man, it was a special night at the movies. It was really cool. I don't know. I love Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I think it's a
Oh,
actually
I meant
classic.
to mention earlier. Speaking of re-release, tomorrow, Stand by Me is getting re-released in
Oh,
theaters.
is it really? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I meant to go back, but yeah. So look for it, I guess, Fandango or whatever, whoever the hell's doing it. And I think they're doing it with the Will and Corey and what's
Like an
his face.
introduction.
Yeah. So
Oh man, that's cool. I didn't hear about that. I'll have
yeah,
to take a look. I actually
you'll
had plans to
probably
go to movies tomorrow night to see something else, but maybe, just maybe, we'll get a little Stand By Me. That's one I never saw in the theater, so that would be really special for me to see in a movie theater. But like, I don't know,
Oh,
this
yeah.
with a crowd, special,
Yeah.
really special.
Oh yeah. So yeah. By the way, Ferris. Hey, Paramount Plus. Woohoo! I found one.
You know, Ferris either. What kind of Chicagoan are you, AJ Zetro?
No, I do
Oh,
have it. I do have it. I just had to dig it out. You know my
okay.
situation.
I was
I
gonna say that's like that would be like me not owning Home Alone 2, Lost in New
oh
York, or Taxi
no, I do
Driver.
have it. It's just like to drag movies out. It's like.
I hear you. I'm happy you at least own it. I love the museum scene where they're holding kids. Yes, that's great. That music, like this movie made me want to go to that museum. Like I really someday have to do that. Like that's a big
Yeah.
bucket list thing for me.
Yeah,
Matthew
you have
Broderick.
to stay a little longer.
Yeah. Matthew Broderick had once dated Jennifer Grey, who played, yes, he dated his sister, the lady who plays his sister in real life. And sadly, the whole story was they went to Ireland and Matthew Broderick was driving drunk and they killed somebody he was driving on the wrong side of the road. And he was with Jennifer Grey when that happened. So really sad kind of story there. But man, I don't know about you. I had a crush on Mia Sara. Holy shit, man. What a beautiful lady. You know, she married Jim Henson's son.
Did she really?
She married Jim Henson's son. I think she was married to somebody else. Like she married a couple of people's famous sons. Like it's like, all right, give it the money. She didn't have much of a career. The only other movie I remember her in was Time Cop with JCVD. That's like the only other movie I remember her in.
That's why she kept marrying famous dudes' sons, I guess.
Pretty smart, especially when you look like Mia Sara. There was a band called Save Ferris. It was a tribute to the movie. That's awesome. I love that. Ferris Bueller is going to get me out of summer school. I love that. If you guys ever watch the movie Election, oh man, Election is fucking depressing, man. Like, have you ever seen that? Don't watch it. It's fucking like, it's not a bad movie. It's an Alexander Payne movie, but like, it is like, I can't watch a movie without feeling like shit afterwards. Like,
really?
that's a down feeling movie, but
yeah,
it is.
Up.
He puts it in a good way. That's kind of what it is. It's the exact, like, this movie is uplifting and let's go adventure and I'm with Ferris and Save Ferris, and like that movie is like the opposite. It's like, fuck, like life is terrible. Like that's basically that movie. I don't know about anybody else, but I feel bad for Cam. His scenes were worrying. Oh my god, when he's kicking the car, and he's crying and he's like, you love this car more than me, you know, and I'm gonna face him. Like that's it. I'm gonna face him. That chase at the end, so fun. Mia was in Mia was in Legend. I've never seen Legend. Have you ever seen Legend?
That's another thing. I never got I never got into those fantasy movies that everyone my age or your guys' age is like. Legend or Willow or Neverending Story, and I just
you don't like Neverending Story? What?
I didn't say I didn't like it. I just watched it once. You know, maybe twice. Maybe it's all right, but like kids were into it when I was, but I'm like I just never got into it.
Wow, that surprised me. I love Willow and I love Neverending Story. I've never seen Legend, but I'll have to see it because if Mia Sara's in it, I'll watch anything with Mia Sara in it.
Yeah, there you go.
Tim Curry was amazing in Legend. Yes. So we've got through 9. We're on the last movie of the evening. This has been a long one, my friends. I thank you all for staying tuned. This has been a lot of fun. The last movie out of the hat. I'm just going to drop a quote, AJ Zetro. This is where the law stops and I start. From 1986, Sylvester Stallone. Cobra. Yes, Cobra. Marion Cobretti. Oh, that's dude. That's one of the best posters ever.
Yeah.
Testosterone at its best, my friend.
Oh, boy. All right. Well, I'm fading. Just so you know, I'm fading.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, don't be sorry. This is fun. All right, brief flop. Blah 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 blah. See?
Blah, blah, blah. At least you spelled it right.
Good Lord. Elite LAPD officer Marion Cobretti, nicknamed Cobra, is assigned to protect a witness, Ingrid Knudsen, who has seen members of a brutal underground cult committing murder. As the group known as the New World targets her to keep their secrets hidden, Cobretti wages a relentless fight against the organization to keep her alive and bring the killers to justice. Badass movie. I remember seeing this when I was younger, when it came out, actually. And this is what this is after Rocky and between Rambo's, right?
This was Rambo 2 and Rambo and Rocky 4 were 85, were both the same year, and this was his attempt to start a new character franchise, and unfortunately it didn't really catch on.
I would have taken it, man. It was badass. That I was gonna grab a match and chew on it.
You're not gonna cut the pizza. Somebody already mentioned the
Dude,
pizza.
that was so fucking cool as a kid. When he did that, I'm like, Ma, where are the scissors? What for? I want to cut my pizza.
I don't know if that would work with Chicago pizzas. Well, that would be a mess, I would think. Like,
well, you could probably find a frozen tombstone one somewhere and cook it up and cut it.
yeah, maybe with the tavern pizza. I don't know.
But this was a Canon film, but it wasn't because it was produced by the Canon Group. Golden Gobble, but they didn't have the thing in the beginning. They didn't have the thing for some reason.
Really? I never noticed that. I didn't rewatch this for the show, but like I've seen it enough times. I never noticed there's no Canon logo at the beginning. Huh.
Yeah, but I forgot why. I did I write it down? I didn't write shit down. So anyway, fucking badass movie. The badass thing we did with the pizza, the toothpick, or the matchstick. You're the disease, I'm the cure. We used to always say that back in the day as a kid. That car, I've never been a car guy, but we'd play, you'd play that game like pick 3 celebrities you want to marry, pick 3 places you want to live, and pick 3 cars. It was always like Ferrari and a Lamborghini and a Corvette. And then later on, it'd be like Corvette, Lamborghini, and the Cobra car, the car from Cobra. I don't know what the hell kind of car it is. I love that car. It was badass as shit. But I wish I would have got more Cobra movies. Second movie he did before they got divorced with Brigitte. You had Rocky 4, you had this, and they're like, baby, we'll go separate ways, baby.
Hey, you want to go make Flavor Flav?
Directed by George P. Cosmatos, or whatever his name is, our buddy from Tombstone, and what the hell else was his other movies?
Rambo 2.
Rambo 2, yeah, there you go. So, fucking badass movie. Just your good 80s action flick, Bond with Dad type of movie. I don't think there's any yits though, is there?
No yet. But I'm with you. I love fucking Marion Cobretti as a character. Was a really cool. I think it was a good way to kind of depart from Rocky, from John Rambo. Like, it was a darker character. There's points in this where it sort of feels like a slasher movie in some ways. Like the villain in this, the mood, the tone of it, the colors, really all that stuff works. And Stallone is really fun as this character because he's so deadpan. Like, this is where the law stops and I start. Like, love all that stuff. I love Andrew Robinson from Hellraisers, the one guy who doesn't believe in him, and eventually by the end he punches him out. I love that. I'd agree. While it's a shame they were married so short, he and Brigitte Nielsen. I don't know if you ever noticed in Tango and Cash, which is another great movie, and it's a part of this collection as well. I have the Sly collection. Nice. There's a scene where they escape the prison, and he mentioned something like, "Oh man, it'd be better than those things we were eating for breakfast." And Stallone says, "I hate Danish," and that was a shot at his wife, because she was dating, or his ex-wife at that time, because she was Danish. I always love that little subtle jab, like "fuck you." Like, I thought that was kind of funny. It's sad. Like, this is amongst many movies in Sly's career that he tried to adapt and grow into something else and get another franchise going. It just didn't work. There was Tango and Cash, there was Lockup, which is another really great movie. It just didn't seem to come as easy after Rambo sequels kind of picked up and stuff like that. And then even by the time you get to 1990, even the Rocky movies, where Rocky 5 didn't hit, Rambo 3 didn't hit, and then he tried to become comedic with Oscar, and he had a very interesting career. He tried a lot of different things, and this was one that I'm with you, and I was so happy and shocked when you said this, because this is not a popular movie by any stretch of the imagination. Like, who the fuck talks about Cobra, really?
Right.
Like, it's not really mentioned amongst the lexicon icon of great 80s cinema. But like, I agree with you. It's really well done. It's really well directed. Sly is great as his character. It was a nice dark tone. I think it's a classic. I know good buddy Rambo Raff, he's a fan of the show. He has a original one sheet, and this is one of his favorite like top 3 movies ever made.
No shit, huh?
Is Cobra, and like I always thought that was cool. I was like, wow, like of all the Stallone movies, it's cool that that's his number one.
I mean, this and Nighthawks is for Stallone movies.
Nighthawks is fucking amazing, dude.
Yeah,
Rucker Howard,
not Rocky movies. Those are fucking great, man.
They are, yeah. Like, and Copland is another great Stallone.
Yeah, I haven't seen that in a long time either. I haven't seen Tango and Cash in a long time either.
Oh, dude, yeah. Tango and Cash is so much because I'm a big Kurt Russell. So when I saw those two together, I was like, that's like holy shit. Like they got me there. Like a buddy cop movie with 2 of my favorite actors. Like
that's
take
awesome.
my money right now. Yeah, no, I love this one. I'm happy you brought this one up. Like this is definitely of your list was the surprise for me, but in a good way. Like I was so stoked to see Mario Cabretti make the list.
I mean, that bad guy is fucking creepy as hell in this. That look. You know what he looks like? I noticed when I was watching, he looks like that the Arnold in Terminator when he's looking in the mirror and he's digging his eye. That he looks like that.
He does, yeah.
Like the dummy or whatever. Like
this,
holy shit, he looks.
Yeah, like Stallone movies, this would be a great one to double feature, like because it's short. I think it's is it 90 minutes? Is it?
It's barely 90 minutes, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really quick, brief watch. I would say he had chemistry with his then wife, Brigitte Nielsen. I thought they had good chemistry. Yeah. The love story of the movie's fine, and like the direction from Cosmatos is pretty good. I like Cobra. I think Cobra is a damn good pick. I'm happy that you shed some light on this one.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. Let's see what the comments have to say. Great movie, one of my favorites as a kid. Okay. Legend is a very dark fairy tale movie. AJ, you didn't cry when the friggin' horse died in Neverending Story?
Yeah, I did. That's another reason why I don't watch it. Yep.
I love that we know that horse for 5 minutes, yet it's the saddest death ever.
Right.
Jeff mentions the pizza cutting. That's epic. I love that. You also have the corrupt female cop in the movie who's basically the mole for the gang. Yes.
The female cop who isn't Rizzo from Greece. Yeah. Even though she looks just like her, doesn't she?
She does. Yeah, I never thought of that.
Like a Stalker Channing. Like, no, it's not. Like, oh.
That's amazing. Rounding out my top 3 of 86, I'm going to give a shout out to the best war movie of all time, Platoon, Best Picture winner. Okay, hey, that's totally a great pick there. I like Platoon a ton as well. That's a great top 3. Angel of the City is one of the best songs from a movie. Robert Tepper made so many badass hits. There's no easy way out, which was in Rocky 4. You can't rock. Hey, I gotta do what I gotta do, man. Cosmatos the Son, yes, and Cosmatos the Son has done some really good things. Stallone, yeah. Copland is, I think that's his most underrated role. Is him as Barney.
I gotta watch it. I bet you it's not streaming anywhere.
Well, at my house, it's not. That's a movie that nobody fucking liked when it came out, and now I think that's a great movie. The bad guy Cobra is the Terminator. Yes,
see.
He's one of the 3 punks. There you go. He passed the torch. Now you're the Terminator, motherfucker. Just curious, have either of you watched Tulsa King with Stallone? I love that show. I've not seen it. Have you seen it?
No, I have not. I think Roz has been watching it. I want to say. I think she has. Yeah, but me with shows nowadays, it's like there's just too many of them. I can't. I can't do it.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I hate committing. Like I'm like, oh god, now I have to commit to watch 7 seasons of something. No,
I mean that's why I like that show Hannibal so much, because every episode didn't feel like filler. Like these shows nowadays, like, well, we got 10 episodes, but we really got like 5 really good ones. So we're gonna put 5 kind of shitty episodes. Hannibal was great. So I don't know, maybe one of these days, but she's the show person. Can't they just make a movie? Just make a movie, for God's sakes.
I'm a movie guy too, and I watch too much for the show to really get that. Like, okay, I'm going to start an anime series. Okay, well, it's been on for 30 years. What? Like, I don't have time to watch 30 years of content. Like, I work, motherfucker. Like, I
watched the first episode and the last episode.
You'll get the whole picture.
You get it, yeah.
Dude, I just want to say thank you so much for coming on tonight. This was a marathon, 2.5 hour graveyard, my friend. This is
thank you, buddy.
Always a fun time with you though, man. Like I said this at the beginning, and I sincerely mean this. You keep me young. Like I always like just talking with you, and
Well,
like it's
how do I
funny.
keep you young and not keep me young?
Maybe you need some of my young. I don't know. I'll throw you a year, and this way you could be in your 40s again. I'll be in my 30s. How about that?
I think next time we'll have to just pick like one movie.
Just one movie. Yeah, we'll just keep it under 90 seconds. We'll just fucking 90 seconds. But
You like it? I liked it. Oh, me too. All right, let's see.
all right, good. We'll see you for 1987.
There's an idea.
I would do this for 87. I swear. We should make this a series every year.
Here's an idea for you. You do like a speed dating thing. You pick like 20 movies, and everyone gets 1 minute.
Wow.
Find 20 people. Everyone gets 1 minute, and you get 1 minute for each movie. So there you go. 45 minutes.
This guy's devious. I swear to you.
Like one guy will pop up. All right, cool, thanks. And the next guy will pop up. All right, and be like, it's speed dating. We'll get a little bell. Bing, Time's up.
I think you're onto something, AJ. I think you're onto something. Mark says, great show, guys. Can't wait to watch the part I missed. Oh, dude, thank you so much for catching it, man. Awesome show, guys. Only on the Graveyard. Yes, thank you guys all so much. This was awesome, guys. Shout out to the Devil's Honey. Stoked for next week. Oh, I love 1986, The Devil's Honey. That's a Lucio Fulci.
Oh.
Great movie, and I have reviewed that on somewhere on the channel. But yes, next week we're going to be diving into the Spanish horror special, where we have 3 films from Spanish filmmakers, and I'm very excited to get into those. And we'll kick off the wonderful month of April. So everybody, thank you so much for a wonderful night here in Grande's Graveyard. Cheers to 40 years in cinema of 1986. Cheers to the legendary AJ Zetro. And we
thank you, buddy. Always a pleasure. Appreciate it. Anytime. I have fun. This is good.
Always a good time with you, bro.
But everybody, tonight.
Yes, you're going to sleep like a rock. But everyone, we will catch you next time only on the Graveyard. 2 sweet peace. Cheers, everybody, to a safe, happy, healthy weekend. Good night.